house. House for sure was big. This game is not as good as LA Noire. I have complicated feelings about LA Noire. I have played that. This game, to be honest with you, is slightly disappointing. I love this. I will say, I feel like this is probably a thing in the show. Like, you know, you get the establishing shot of the Vegas Strip. Whenever they do something like that, or like the...
And this gives you an opportunity to work at his side and benefit from his experience.
Audio-visual analysis. Or like when they do the reconstruction footage of the crime.
I hear you the bomb, rookie.
I think that's really good. I like that. But overall, the presentation in this game is actually kind of disappointing to me. A vaguely threatening message?
Some kind of blocked number, prepaid cell phone card maybe. We do know it was placed within the Vegas phone grid. I got this baby queued up on the computer.
Like, so far, it's very just sort of following, like, you don't, like, I was thinking about this last night, like, compare this game to, like, Ace Attorney. Like, in Ace Attorney, you have to present the correct evidence at the correct statement and things like that. It's a game entirely about looking for objects and then handing those objects into people. So it's essentially the same gameplay as this, except that game you feel like you're solving puzzles and really thinking about things. In this game, it's just like, I'm at the crime scene, I check the body, I check the other object that's in the room, we dust it for fingerprints, we load the fingerprints into the computer, the fingerprints point to you, you did it, GG. And like, that's kind of how it's been. That's kind of how the whole game has been so far, so it's really not, it's really just like not as engaging as you want it to be. Can we run the analysis, or... this is case 4 out of 10.
Las Vegas criminal.
Oh, there we go. This game has a lot of pixel hunting as well.
I'm sorry. Who is
I'm
this?
sorry, was this developed in Canada? They don't say that in Las Vegas.
Can I direct you to the...
I have to know.
Tell them I'm not done yet.
CSI video game. Radical Entertainment.
Doesn't sound all that friendly,
Vancouver.
does it?
There you go.
Click to highlight the parts of the waveform.
Yup.
Let's see if we can isolate any useful sounds.
Fucking outed. Canadian detected. Wait, what do they want me to do about this? Shouldn't there be, like, text, probably?
Las Vegas Criminalistics Bureau?
I've got more work for you to do.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Who is
sorry.
this?
You never could keep good people. Who's going to help you now?
Can I direct you to the...
They can come find me themselves. Tell them I'm not done yet.
Wait, am I supposed to...
They can come find me themselves. Tell them I'm not done yet.
A click.
Okay, you got your crowd of people.
Oh, okay.
bells and
I feel like there's
electronic
supposed to be
whistles.
text on those
That'd be a
buttons and there's
casino.
just not.
Recognize the melody right away.
That should be a casino. Can we go there? Trace. A casino.
That's all we need right now.
No. I don't recognize the casino. Maybe Jim Brass.
Work this case hard and smart and make it go away. Fast.
But yeah, the other thing I'll say about this is that, the other thing I'll say about this is that the cases so far have been pretty short. And so it's just kind of felt like... It's just kind of felt like you don't really have time to, like, care about any of them. Like, I don't care about these characters at all. this whole case is gonna be over within 45 minutes, and then we move on to the next one, and you just kind of book them, and then that's it.
You never could keep good people.
So it's just like,
I'm going to help you now.
I don't
Hey,
know.
what's up with that? What was that, an elephant? Okay, here's where you don't have to be as smart as Grissom. We searched for the casinos in town with elephant acts. Seems we got elephants at the Monaco Casino.
I think that as far as
Only in
like
Vegas.
investigating crimes,
Hey,
this is
Greg,
nowhere near as
we
effective
need
of a
your
game
help.
as Ace
Pronto.
Attorney, is what I'm trying to
You
say.
man? My man.
That's all we need right now. You're the trainer here?
Oh my god, that looks fucked up. That the
criminals
rectangles
from
are
Las
not
Vegas
aligned
crime
correctly.
lab.
Why are the
Our
graphics of this
dispatcher
game
called
just like
threatening
broken?
calls.
Look
We
at
have
that.
them right at the casino, here and back.
What the hell?
Dumbo is not saying much. He's about as helpful as his trainer was.
Dust her prints on the payphone? I don't really like how the like getting fingerprint system works either. It's very
This is doubtful. If our caller used this, we could have traced
It's just,
it.
like, jank
But
as
if Chris is
fuck.
here, he'd say, be thorough. So, we'll be thorough.
you just kind of have to check everything, but there's like 3 different tools that can all collect fingerprints, and it's just like, which tool is it?
The
I
dirt
don't
around this
know.
barrel seems disturbed. Must have been moved. But without a warrant, we need an awful good reason to open it.
Without a wait, so we're here without a warrant, but we can't. But we can't
There's
open
no
the
prints
barrel
here.
without a warrant. But we can still be here and look around. Can I just like take it?
We
Give
can't
barrel.
use that here.
Oh, heat signature. What if he's still in the
Heat
barrel?
signature. Looks like somebody's in there. Let's open it. Now.
We don't have a warrant. You're gonna ruin our case.
Oh, damn. This is not good. Looks like our caller just graduated from prankster to murderer. Looks like she's broken out in a rash of some kind. It's concentrated around her nose. Was she sick?
Get the casino chips.
These stains. Could be she picked them up from something inside the barrel. But they also could have gotten there when she first hit the ground. Or maybe she was dragged, pulled along, through the dirt, or whatever else she was lying in.
Nah, I can remember the crime scene. No need to take pictures. Let's see. Can we like? Is it this? Okay, it's
The
this.
stain looks like soil.
We still have more. This looks like a grass stain.
Sticky. It's brownish looking.
No, apparently it's brown. We good now? We're good. We're not good. I think we're good. Have to check everywhere.
That's all we need right now.
You new in Vegas? Everybody's suspicious in this circus. But I wouldn't say I've seen
Yo, hey,
anything
why
out
am I
of the
here?
ordinary. Well, those barrels
I don't
are
know.
owned by the casino.
It's okay.
But
It's a
that
little
one,
underwhelming
I'm
so
pretty sure
far.
that one was up
And I think the
against
fact that
wall
it's
a
10
while ago.
cases is going to be the death of me. 10
Sorry.
cases of this is a lot. The elephant. If this game were good, we would be cross-examining that elephant at some point.
Ah, good. Hoping to talk to the two of you. Just finished
This
my
is case
examination
4.
of your victim. Recent, but hard to figure out from body temp since the barrel could have trapped heat. No rigor mortis yet, so it must have been within the last 6 hours. Cardiac arrest due to severe anaphylactic shock. Bee sting allergy or similar anyway. No signs of an insect sting, but it hit her respiratory system hard. I'll know for sure after the autopsy, but my educated guess, death due to a violent allergic reaction to something environmental. Hay fever. Pulled her records after I saw the swelling.
What the hell? I feel like
redness
this game
around
is
her
breaking
sinus
down.
region. Did a nasal swab. Pollen present.
I feel like this game is actually kind of breaking down as I play it. I think that would be really interesting. It's a game that starts like this and it's really dry, but then as you get into it, it intentionally gets like weird and glitchy, and then the game just gets increasingly like haunted by a demon, you know? And maybe in the last case, you like find out that there's like a demon haunting your copy of the game who's also committing the crimes in the game and just like corrupting the universe of CSI. That'd be cool.
Yes.
Let's see, what do we got? Completely useless prints. There you go. Have a pollen swab.
What we have here is pollen. But, and here it gets interesting, not from a single species.
This is case 4,
Quite an
Ryro.
exotic mix, really. Pinch of Spanish bayonet, dash of tiger aloe, sprinkle gently with cholla cactus, and voila, a sneezer salad. Printed all the ingredients out for you. Check with Brass, though.
LA Noire. So I played it a couple years back, and I was playing whatever versions on Steam today has like...
I've done everything I can think
Whatever
of.
version's on Steam today, it has all of the DLC built in. It's like a remastered version. It was pretty good overall, but basically it really, like, none of the action was good. The action was bad.
Dirt, some kind of plant soil.
Like, anytime you had to
Different from the kind you'd
drive
find in
somewhere
Belgium,
or, like, shoot someone, the shootouts were garbage. They were just not good. The entire ending of the game is this like extended sewer level with a shootout sequence that's just like terrible. I thought that ending was crap. I thought that it was weird that the DLC cases, like I did wish that I could just like uninstall the DLC and just like not have to play that, because like it literally just the DLC cases are like extremely long. And to try to make sure you get your money's worth for buying the DLC, they like stuff them full of like terrible action. And I thought that the DLC cases were just crap, and they have nothing to do with like the plot of the game. They're just these distractions that happen at different points. So the DLC being forced on you in the current version of the game was unfortunate. But also just the action was pretty bad. I haven't played it, and I played it like a number of years ago. I definitely had some takes on like specific cases where I was like, oh, this part was bullshit, that part was bullshit, but I don't really remember that anymore. Like the DLC is definitely just like outright bad.
What's up? It's not so much who she was as who her father is. Carlo Benedetti. She was Sophia Benedetti. Daddy's a major Vegas player, and I'm not talking slot machines. 3 casinos on the Strip.
It's an
including the
interesting
Monaco,
game
2
though,
more
like
downtown, a regional
just the
airline,
fact that they
and that's
would,
just
because it's so
Nevada.
like
Right now he's in
big
Singapore
budget,
closing a
high
deal.
tech, and it's
Numbers the
dedicated
mayor
to a
and our
game
governor among his
that's
closest friends.
mostly just about like
So, you know,
talking to people
pressure, guys.
and looking for evidence. It's like a, I don't know, it's such a, it's very singular in that way. There aren't really other games that are like that.
Last night, Sophia never showed up for a fundraising dinner. I got people out interviewing her friends, see what we can turn. Let you know if we get anything but a handful of air. Don't hold your breath. She lived with her parents, and we're already getting pressed by the family and His Honor's office to keep this one under the radar and out of the papers. You give me a good reason, I'll get you in there. Otherwise, sorry. Blackfoot daisy, Madagascar periwinkle. Not many indigenous to Nevada on this list. Sophia was reported missing yesterday, so it's not possible she could have traveled
Did they,
recently
like,
to
kill
all of the
her
location sources of these species.
at
You're looking for
like a
garden?
botanical
Try the
garden?
desert
Okay, yes,
demonstration
that's...
gardens.
I said that as a joke, but I guess we're going to the garden.
Okay. The pollen in the victim's system tells us she may have been here shortly before she died. The greenskeeper reported seeing a woman matching Sophia's description around this area. Let's treat it like a crime scene and process it.
I mean, when the reconstruction showed the garden, so she was probably killed. She was probably killed in the garden. Can I
When
have
you
that?
go through garbage at a potential crime scene, you sometimes find treasure, sometimes trash. There's no way to tell at this point which one it is, but let's look for trace evidence before we collect.
Okay, trace evidence. Look for there's traces. No.
When you go through...
No, we can clearly see that there's like a piece of hair there or something. Maybe I have to zoom in on it. Where's the zoom in thing?
Small hair.
Yeah.
But we could just be
No, it's
looking at some
hair.
of the
Take that.
garbage.
We take those, 100%. There's more. Maybe. Now can I just take this? Wait, how did I get that to show up? Like, look at how small the hitbox is for interacting with this. That's how wide it is. It's from here to here. It's from here to here. Okay, it's actually not so small, but it's pretty small. And now we're good in the trash can.
Damn, it's locked. That's all we need right now.
The red lines are weird.
Hey,
This interface is trash as
used
well,
tissue
by the
goes,
way.
This one's fresh. Nasal discharge clear and yellow. Means not a cold. Allergy sufferer, most likely. But I found something
I've kind of
else.
gotten used to it at this
White
point,
powder
but it's
traces.
very, like,
Drugs? We're not talking coke.
very
Not
bad.
recreational, medicational. C5H9N3, Maximine. Experimental drug treatment used in clinical trials. Serious health issues. Malignant melanoma, certain forms of leukemia.
And that's definitely going to be a DNA match with
Luckily, the follicle
our
was fairly
dead
complete,
person.
though I needed the thermocycler to amp the DNA. But I got a stronger sample now. On the other hand, a coded search came up bupkis, and I'm waiting for Doc Robbins to send over the VIX DNA to do a comparison. Want to help speed things up? Go over and get that sample from the morgue.
Yes? Timing is everything. I was just preparing one. Here you go. Cancer? Certainly not. This was a very healthy young woman, apart from her allergies.
Very healthy young woman.
First, Maximine's a trade name. What you mean is histamine dichloride. It can be hard to detect that drug. We all naturally have histamines in our systems. In this case, however, our victim's levels were off the charts, which would have made her hypersensitive to certain allergic environments. A stroll through a garden could have killed her.
Well, then she strolled through the garden. Was this just a mistake?
Histamine dichloride
And then
is still
someone
an
sent a
experimental
spooky
treatment
phone
for
call
cancer.
about it?
Only pharmacists and patients in clinical trials would even have access to it.
Yes.
This is kind of sounding like an accidental death, or the killer poisoned her with the histamine dichloride. This is probably what happened. Poisoned her with the histamine dichloride and then invited her to the garden. That she would die of flour. Let's see, get this, and we got this. As you can see, it is a
The tissue is
match.
definitely the victim's. Her DNA matches the mucus.
We know the tissue our victim used had maxamine on it. So whoever wanted Sophia dead sprinkles the tissue with the drug and makes sure she uses it.
Oh, okay.
Walking through the garden, Sophia's allergies kick in big time. She's thrown into acute anaphylactic shock as the histamines flood through her bloodstream. In seconds, she's dead.
You guys finding that tissue? You get the MVP award. Without it, we wouldn't have much to go on.
Wait, what is this then? Strand of hair off facial tissue. Why do I even need that? Like, this is...
Not quite a match. Make sure you look very closely.
Oh, wait, what is this then? Hang on, now I have no idea what this evidence even is. Strand of hair off facial tissue. Yeah, it's definitely none of those.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Not that pops up. That drug is in phase 2. Only a few small test groups around the country.
I mean, this is a terrible plan to murder people. Like, this is like, gee, let me poison someone to death using
Just
this
one.
super
On Town
secret
Center
chemical
Drive in
that
Summerlin.
only I have access to. It's just whoever works at this lab. You've immediately narrowed it down.
Las Vegas Crime Lab. You're the pharmacist here?
Yes, Lita Callisto. Is this an investigation of some kind?
Yes, it is, Miss Callisto. It's a murder investigation. We'd like your help. A few questions.
Benedetti. I'll check.
What the hell?
Nope. We don't have that name on file. On the other hand, she could be one of our over-the-counter customers. Big part of our business.
Like, it looks like one of those corruptions. Hang on, I have to find this now. Yeah, like, it looks like this. Except, obviously, much less funny than that.
Maxamine. I'm not familiar with that, but I'll take a look. Well, I guess we do carry it. Or anyway, we did. Had one order placed for that product not long ago, but it was filled, picked up. According to the database,
Alright,
Dr.
well,
Edward
it was
Wilkinson.
Dr. Edward Wilkinson then.
Not for a while, but he's probably at his downtown office. Anything else? I have to finish some work. I get off soon. Hope I was of some help.
Dr. Wilkinson, I'm Warwick Brown from the Las Vegas Crime Lab. We've got a few questions for you.
Always glad to cooperate with the police, but you'll have to move it along. I have patients waiting. Maxamine? I'm a GP, not an oncologist. What use would I have for Maxamine? I knew her, yes. in that
He's
she was
even
a
lying
patient.
about the Maxamine.
You do understand, of course, that medical information is privileged. Do you have a court-issued subpoena? Otherwise, I'm not free to discuss my patient's medical history.
Can we search the room a little bit? No. Okay. Well,
What's up? We have access to Wilkinson's patient database, so just give me a second.
we just have access
That would
to
be
that.
a yes. He's been her personal physician for over a year. No surgeries or procedures on file.
What? We just have access to that.
That's all I can tell you.
That's all he can tell me. What more is there to learn at Desert Gardens? Are we going back to Desert Gardens, maybe? I'll actually
I'm
ask
pretty sure
it.
I saw some tread marks.
Some tread marks. Oh, here we go. They're right there.
Tire treads in the dust. Try using a similar.
What? Isn't this the... Take plaster casts, make molds.
We can't use that.
Lifts dust particles. Apparently that's what we want. Really?
Let's take a sample of that dirt back to the lab. Have Greg try and match it to the stains we found on Sophia's pants.
We've already got a match of her DNA to the trash can, but sure, whatever.
We can't use. We can't use. We can't use. We can't use. Try using.
Okay. You don't lift the particles. You pick the dirt up with tweezers. That... Sure. Also, man, that... I feel like this just looks like ass. Like, you could just see the rectangle around him. He's, like, extra blurry for some reason. Back to the lab.
What's up?
Tires. Garden
what we have
dirt.
here, children, is soil. Perfect for our prickly pal, the cactus plant. Now prepare to adore me even more than you already do, for I have matched the sample from the garden to the dirt on the Vic's pants.
And I don't even have a good answer for that, because, like... Wait, what? We can search tire prints?
Devil's in the details, they say, and these don't make.
There's a tire print
You should make sure you've got.
database? Alright. Also, those kind of look the same to me. Are we sure that's not a match?
Sometimes the magic
That's
works.
a match? No, it's not.
We got an all-season. Standard or the current L160 pickups, which means we've narrowed things down to the few hundred around the state.
Definitely not Judgment. Judgment's really not much of a detective game. I feel like people bill it that way, and it's just, like, not.
I've done everything.
And I have not played Ghost Trick. I've really not played, like, the detective game. They were making those in Japan. Just, like, detective adventure games. Pretty much from, like, the mid-80s. Like, really through the 90s. They were just making shitloads of them. So I really haven't played the vast majority. It's not a genre that I feel like I have, like, expertise in. So, I don't know. Or an L160 around here? Is that an L160?
Sorry.
That guy also says sorry. Do you
That's
own
all
an
I can
L160? Do you own an L160?
That's all we need, right?
You have no hint. What?
We can't use that.
What am I looking at here?
We can't.
What?
Well, somebody was in a hurry.
What?
It's maybe a long shot, but my gut says
Cast
we ought to
what?
pass this. It's not complete. Might have been smudged by foot traffic.
Okay. I got something. Like, I don't know if the game is just like that, or if, like, there's supposed to be a visual there, but it's not. Tread cast behind casino. Wait, now those plants look... Now those treads look different. This is just a fucked up game. I don't know. Like, these are the ones we got from the garden, and yet it now says they came from the casino, and the ones from the garden look completely different. No, wait. No, they always... No, wait. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is just... I'm just confused. No results found? No, that's... I mean, maybe it's just backward? No. I'm just gonna check all the tires, even if they look completely wrong.
Okay, not an exact match, but at least we're narrowing this baby down.
We are.
Somebody driving a small pickup or SUV?
A small pickup or... How... No exact match found. Tread shows similarities to tires consistently found on smaller early model pickups and some brands of SUV.
Yeah? What do you need, guys?
Nothing, apparently.
That's all we need.
Do you have any hints? No. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's that the game is always like this, or if it's just the console port that's like this, or if it's just something about my Xbox setup that's making it be like this.
That's all I can...
But it's weird. Anyway, now I'm back to having no idea what to do. That's still locked. There's probably some... I feel like there's probably some piece of evidence, like maybe...
Yeah.
This is the garbage can in the gardens. That's the coroner. This was the DNA that's on her. I'll just try matching it with everything to see if any of these happen to work. Even though none of them visually look like a match, but I kind of don't trust that anymore.
Not quite a...
No. So we've still got no match on that. And if we try matching that to, like, the DNA sample of the victim, we get nothing. And the DNA sample of the victim does match that. And this is nothing in there.
That's all we...
And you have no hints for me. And you have nothing for me either. The garden tire print is technically not done yet. It doesn't have the yellow "you're done" tag.
Can't think of much.
The fingerprint didn't have a match either, right? Let's check that. I think I tried like the one that looked kind of like it, but didn't get anything. Like that one kinda almost looks like a match. That's clearly
Either
not.
our perp isn't an APHIS, or these prints are somebody else's.
Okay, well that's evidence updated and it has a yellow tag now, so we did have to scroll through all of that to make it confirm. All of that evidence, all the evidence is done except for the garden tire print.
I've done everything.
He can't help me.
What's up?
Normally, if an item does something, there's a question for it. We don't have to actually do this, like, walk around and present to everyone game. Do you think this guy owns a tire? Yeah, have you
Nope,
seen any cars here
but I did step
recently?
inside
Okay.
for some dinner about
Forgot
an
that we
hour
could
ago.
talk to this guy.
Sorry.
That didn't help though. That did absolutely nothing, actually.
Sorry.
That's all I could...
Ooh, check
That's
the
all I
trash
can-
can. No, can't check the trash can.
That's all we need.
Garden print tire's still not fully used up. Is there, like, something we can investigate here? It's just her. Elephant does not care. Wait, hold up. Did I just see green for a sec? No, I did not just see green for a sec. It's just the guy. Yeah, I don't know. Might be time to consult game facts. I'm just like missing something somewhere, maybe. Or like, there's no way it's
Yes.
this. Yeah, it's not this. It's never,
Need
it's
something?
never him. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing at this point. We've investigated, I think, all of the DNA. We found no match for that.
Yep. Don't quite. Don't. Not.
Maybe we have to confirm that these don't match, and then it'll make
Well,
something happen.
Not definite, but not
Oh.
bad. 70%.
It is a match. What?
Might help us build our case.
Okay. Does that maybe make him do something? No. Let's just check everyone, I guess, again.
Sorry.
Do you
My
own a
second car's
truck?
a
Yeah,
pickup.
L160.
L160
Okay.
About a month old.
We had to check those tire prints against each other.
You know, I'm not sure how to answer that. There are 2 spare sets, and my wife keeps one for emergencies. But the other one, about a week ago, I noticed it was missing from my keychain. Maybe it fell off. It must be in the house somewhere. In my garage at home, of course. Like I said, it's a second car. I did take some firewood out to my ranch recently. It's the first time I actually hauled anything in it. My wife and I were together, grocery shopping. It's a little ritual. Every week, something we do as a couple.
I suppose she can back that up.
Ask her. She should be at home right now. Be my guest.
All right, well then they both did it.
Yes, may I help you?
Warwick Brown, Mrs. Wilkinson, Las Vegas Crime Lab. Your husband suggested we speak to you.
What would you like to know? Oh yes, and there were plenty of witnesses at the grocery store where we were shopping. Is my husband in some sort of trouble?
Do you have reason to think he might be?
Of course not. Edward is as wonderful a husband as he is a physician. And you must know what an outstanding reputation he has in this community. If you mean, has Edward ever violated doctor-patient confidentiality? Absolutely not. We're close, Edward and I, but his professional ethics, well, they're impeccable. I have nothing to say where that little tramp is concerned.
Oh.
That little tramp, Mrs. Wilkinson, has been murdered. That's why we're here.
I don't wish that on anyone, murder. But some people bring bad things on themselves. Look, you're gonna find out anyway, so I'll tell you. She tried to come between Edward and me. She was a spoiled brat who thought she could have any
Okay,
man
so
she
she's
wanted.
just incriminating herself right now. She's just like, listen, I didn't kill her, but I really wish I killed her because I hate her and totally would.
It's in the garage. Go
Also,
ahead
I
and look.
own the truck
Don't
that
need a
was at the
warrant.
scene of the
No one
crime,
here's done anything.
but that's unrelated.
As advertised, it's an L160 4.6 liter V8 engine, standard transmission. Nice wheels for a second car, huh? Only a couple hundred clicks on the odometer. Tires, all seasons. We can't.
Yeah, that's right. We're lifting trace evidence off this tire. The trace evidence being the whole ass tire. That's just so confusing. The tools you have to use never make any sense. Ooh. We got bloodstains. Where is the luminol?
We can't use
It's
that.
not blood.
Try use. We can't. Try using.
Gonna pick that up
We
with the
can't-
tweezers. We're gonna swab for it.
Thick
There
and
we
sticky.
go.
Greg can tell us what it is. Receipt for firewood. Remember the good old days when you chopped your own? No date on it, but the order was phoned in. If need be, we can ask Brass to pull phone records for us and find exactly when the good doc called in the order.
Cool. Let's go back to the lab.
Yes.
This guy is getting handed so much evidence. I'm starting to like lose track of all of it. I can go in there. The
This
substance.
is your everyday, run-of-the-mill red oak sap. Now, the sap you brought from the truck matches the sap on the Vic's clothes. Very likely she was in the back of the pickup.
Do this. We confirm that it's all a match. Including
It's a
that.
perfect match to the tracks from the garden. The doc, or the doc's truck, that is, has spent some time here recently. We have a husband and wife with access to this truck, and tread marks connected to the gardens. In the truck bed was sap that matched what was on the victim's pants. So somehow our killers got the tainted tissues into the hands of our victim.
Yeah, it's probably the wife.
They follow Sophia in the gardens and wait. Before they know it, the prey passes out. They toss her in the back of the truck and drive her lifeless body to the casino loading bay. There, they slide her body
Why
off
would
the
they have
bay
done that?
and into a barrel.
Our killer killed their victim in a secluded
this
place
whole
and then
theory
drove them
fizzles
directly into the
if
center of
Wilkinson
fucking
picked up
Las
the firewood
Vegas where they
after
dumped the
Sophia
body
died.
where people would immediately
Prove that
find
wasn't
it.
the case.
Great plan.
Getting a lot of pressure from the mayor's office on this one, as you might well expect. So, we put some extra resources on it. A worker at the Desert Gardens claims to have found something important. And Grissom is checking that out. He'll brief us when he gets back. Meantime, keep at it. Let me pull his cell phone records and see. He called for that order 3 days ago. But wait, just 1 minute.
Thank
he was
you.
placing several calls a day to that pharmacy for a while there.
CSI Other M.
May not be telling all just yet. She indicated the doctor had been a stranger, and yet he made all those calls. Let's give her a chance to explain herself, shall we? Ms. Callisto, we would like to ask you a few more questions.
Yeah. We'd like you to fill in a few of the blanks you left.
Maybe she did it.
No, but I was before last week when he got paranoid about his wife finding out. Typical of the breed, you know. Promised me the moon, then weasels back to wifey. Now I don't exist to him. Who cares?
Last week, you say? That's about the time the doc's spare truck key did a David Copperfield.
Maybe it was the husband, and he was like cheating on the wife with a bunch of guys, or with a bunch of women, not guys.
He scribbled,
and then he like killed one of them to get her to not tell the wife.
I saw it parked outside the hospital last week.
Nothing unusual about it?
It's a pickup truck. It wasn't the Rose Bowl float. Well, there was some scuffing in the back, dented even. Maybe he'd been hauling firewood or something.
Interesting you should bring that up.
And I'm sure you'll tell me why.
Dr. Wilkinson ordered that load of firewood 2 days ago.
This is so fascinating. I'm starting to wish I took notes.
You see, Lita, only somebody who'd seen that truck very recently would know about those scuffs and dents. Maybe somebody used the truck to haul something heavy. A body in a barrel, say?
You're crazy. Do I look like a killer to you?
You're starting to.
How does that even implicate her? What? That doesn't implicate her at all.
What's up?
No problem. He was playing doctor with Sophia, and his truck was at the gardens. Let's do it. Dr. Wilkinson, we're looking at the evidence and seeing a big arrow pointing in your direction.
Like, okay, so she's seen the truck more recently. So, it's not her truck.
What do you say, Doc?
Look, she was a beautiful young woman and she flattered me. Ever hear of a midlife crisis? She was mine. My wife found out, and I realized how foolish I'd been and broke it off with her.
Okay, the wife probably killed her.
I didn't tell you because of how it looked.
And how does it look now?
I know I didn't kill the girl. She just didn't mean that much to me, frankly.
The evidence tells a different story, Doctor.
What? Are you saying... Was Sophia's body in my truck? That's not possible. What kind of a frame-up is this anyway? It's outrageous. You know about that, do you? Okay, so I have a roving eye, and maybe the rest roves along too sometimes. That doesn't mean I killed anybody. But, look, keep this from my wife, would you?
Please keep the second affair from my wife.
Of course. Haven't I been straight with you here? I'm trying to cooperate. Ask anybody. I take my civic responsibilities very seriously.
Back to the lab. That'll probably match. If this matches the DNA found in the hair on her body, then like that's GG for this guy. It's gotta be. Dr. Wilkinson.
The doctor is out.
Yep.
Hair from the tissue package doesn't match the guy.
Yeah?
It's the wife.
Well, she had access to this truck. She didn't love the victim, and didn't seem terribly surprised about the murder. A judge will okay bringing her in. Mrs. Wilkinson, you were not the biggest fan of our murder victim.
And the details of the crime indicate you may have been involved in the murder.
What an outrageous, ludicrous spectacle you people are making of yourselves.
Yeah, she totally did it.
Oh, let me see. I believe it was... Oh, yes, that's right. Never.
You've never driven it. Your husband says you have a spare set of keys.
I do, but I couldn't drive it if my life depended on it. It's a stick shift, and I'm strictly an automatic female. No, can't say I have.
I
She
mean, are we
wouldn't
going
be
back
another
to
one of
the
Edward's
they both
little
did it?
chippies, would she? If so, she's free to get herself murdered too, as far as I'm concerned.
He drove the
Certainly.
truck. She did the
Anything I can
murdering.
do to help the forces of justice in their efforts to disrupt our lives, trample our good reputation, and violate our privacy.
Need something? Yes.
I do wonder, like, surely case 6 is going to go back to being simple because it's technically the first case of the second game. But the cases have been ramping up in complexity with, like... This is a lot of evidence that we're juggling. It's not hers either. Oh, dude, it's totally Lita's then. It was her. How does this... I don't... What?
What's up?
You want to know if I'm surprised Edward was shacking up with some poor little rich girl young enough to be his daughter? Yeah, I'm just blown away. Stunned.
Did he break it off with you, Lita? To take up with Sophia?
That's one of those rhetorical questions, right?
Yeah,
You're
I
not
guess the
really
keys
looking
went
for an
missing
answer.
because she stole the keys.
Sure.
I guess she stole the keys.
Hey. And we have a winner. Lita's DNA matches the hair found in the tissue.
Yeah? I think
Which you seem to find meaningful. I don't.
it's meaningful, all right. Meaning you had access to the truck and to the tissue that killed Sophia Benedetti, and you even had a motive.
If I had a grudge, and I don't, it wouldn't be with that little slut.
That's right. Your grudge was with the doctor, not his rich girl.
That's why you were framing the
Correct me if I'm
doctor.
wrong, but it went something like this. Wilkinson wasn't just running around on his wife. He was running around on you too, and you didn't like it. So you decided to get back at him in a big, nasty way. Starting with snatching his spare truck key off his keychain.
The doc's new squeeze, Sophia, you already knew. She frequented the pharmacy, bought over-the-counter hay fever remedies. Regular customer like that, it was easy to chat her up. Pick up on her going somewhere where her allergies might flare up, like the desert gardens.
Should there be voice acting for this? Voice actors went home for the day. Yo, Giga, thanks for the 40 months.
The truck was
I
back in the garage before
extremely
the Wilkinsons could
appreciate
even
it.
know
I
it was
hope you
missing.
are having
You're a smug pair,
the
aren't
world's
you?
best
You killed a
Monday.
young woman just to get back at your ex-lover. What's more smug than that?
Stop. I'll bust out crying.
Can I get you a tissue?
Good job. Another sicko off the
All right.
streets. Strange, though. I don't get why she tipped us about that body to begin with. It almost feels like she was playing with us somehow.
I do feel like
Well, rookie, Grissom's still out in the field, so I'll do your review on this case.
there are some mysteries. Yo, I'm a fucking master. 96%. I think that if I didn't ask that one hint question, we would have gotten the full 100% on that. Lita's swan song. Yeah, are we about to get like a proper arc here? We're going into case 5. The other cases so far have been disconnected, but have had some open questions, I feel like. Like the first victim's relationship with the hotel owner was really sus, and that went nowhere.
We haven't heard from Grissom since he went out to Desert Gardens. His cell phone's down. He hasn't checked in. Gil can be eccentric, but frankly, this has me worried. On top of which, Lita Callisto has
Grissom
been
can't show up dead, right?
about
Isn't he a
Grissom
character from the
guards at
TV
jail.
show? There's no way.
You helped nail Lita, so this is your case. Yours and Catherine's. She's got the tenure and experience you can lean on. Now, either start with the Desert Gardens, or go to Lita's apartment. We need to find out more about the enigmatic Miss Callisto, and we need to find Gil Grissom. Period. We've run her, found no priors, not even a damn speeding ticket. Check her apartment. Maybe you'll come up with more than we did. For what little good it did, yes. She's recently used an acid-based compound to burn off the core ridge details of her fingers. No unique scarring.
Alright.
Best
So
we got
we've
out of her is
accidentally
partial, so
uncovered
naturally
like a
basis
serial
getting back out is
killer.
unknown. She keeps dropping cute, oblique hints that don't add up to anything much. Just enough to amuse herself. My gut
Accidentally
says
caught the
that
fucking
witch knows
Zodiac
plenty.
killer with this one. Where are we going? I guess we'll go... Let's go to see her in prison.
It's the geniuses of CSI. Missing something? Mislay someone? Please, let me know what I can do to be of assistance.
It's too bad you're not serious, because that might help your situation.
I'm enjoying my situation. I'm content in my own company, and my needs are simple. And as for entertainment, I can picture your frantic efforts to recover your fearless leader. That's quite sufficient to pleasantly pass the time.
You may not have that much. Nevada has the death penalty. You might consider cooperating.
You know, I could tell you, but I have far too much consideration for your position. You see, if people like me just went around admitting things, you'd be out of a job. Well, I didn't kill him. Yet. Wouldn't it be interesting, though, if you could sit in a cell like this and still murder someone miles away?
That would be very
I would
interesting.
never spoil the theory you worked so hard to develop. It's like when a child does a finger painting, you don't point out the deficiencies. It's unkind.
Alright.
Whoa, a lot of stuff in here. Let's get started.
She's Komida posting. Kinda,
Cap
yeah.
shut tight on a bottle of unidentified liquid.
He's doing a little bit of like a Jared Leto Joker.
Broken spine indicates a favorite passage, or at least a stopping point, by the reader. It's a passage about the Greek tradition of burying loved ones with a silver coin in the
Her name
mouth.
is literally
Payment for the
Lita
ferryman.
Callisto.
Hear that before?
Alright. She's got an entire shelf full of Greek mythology books. And this like ancient Greek plate stuff up there. Nice TV though. This is a fucked up living room. Hang on, why are all of the furniture facing away from the TV? What? What is this? Is there another TV over here or something? No, it's just facing this painting.
Would appear Lita was rather selectively getting rid of certain papers. One looks like a car key, but the other, just can't be sure. Some worn down markings on it, but can't make out what it said.
You know, you
Burned
have to
badly.
figure,
Can't make
like, are
out
they doing
anything it
the,
said.
was that ancient Greece where it was like, they put the coin in the mouth of the dead to pay the ferryman? Is that's ancient Greece, right? Because they, you know, so yeah, and there was the coin in the victim in case 1, and there was the chips in the mouth in case 4, so yeah, all this shit was Lita. We totally got the wrong guy on case 1.
Not much left here. Wonder if there's anything it can still tell us.
We have a Greek mythology-inspired serial killer.
Date and page number are still visible. Maybe we can locate the original article.
There's allegedly more here, maybe. What is that? There's nothing fun behind the painting, no cool shoes. Alright, we're good here for now.
Catherine Willow's Las Vegas Crime Lab. My associate was out here earlier, you'll recall. We're continuing our investigation, and we have some questions.
Who knows? Maybe I'll have some answers. What evidence? I didn't call anybody. I sure didn't call the cops.
A call wasn't placed from here to our crime lab less than a half an hour
I sure
ago.
hope Grissom's not
Lady,
tied
our
up in that
staff went home
shed.
after you people wrapped up that other investigation. I'm the only one still working. You're looking at the only nightcrawler left in this garden. No, been real quiet. Few drive-thrus, few pedestrians strolling by. Nothing unusual. No, ma'am. You know, once it starts getting dark, you don't get a very good look at people coming around here. Sometimes you don't wanna. Afraid not. Wish I could have helped you out some more.
Let's see if anything new has been added around here that might give us a lead on what happened to Gil.
These tracks are new. I'm like pretty sure. Maybe.
These
Yeah.
look like fresh tire tracks to you? Wide, like a truck's. And Lita used a truck before.
The cursed mummy corn in the microscope. Let's see. There we go. Stick him in the microscope.
We can't use that.
Oh, so sure, now we're not preserving traces. Are we... Okay, sometimes you use the preserve traces, sometimes you take a mold.
Loose dirt was thrown back over their own tread marks. Ground's a little soft here. Wet. Underground sprinklers must have come on.
I do feel like that's part of the problem with the presentation of this game, though, under the skin. Like, when we're like in the interrogation room, like grilling, you know, some killer or something, they just sit there and casually talk. Like, they just have one basic talking loop that they do. It'd be better if there was like, I don't know, they like actually like, I don't know, like it would just be better if they animated them doing something. Like they get mad and they hit the desk and they stand up and something like that. I feel like this case 5 is venturing into Ace Attorney territory with our killer Lita Callisto and her Greek mythology inspired murders.
Grissom would be right at home with these creepy crawlies.
But just like, I don't know, like if the entire game is pre-rendered, I feel like that gives you certain leeway to like, or it gives you the ability to like really animate things and direct the scenes and try to really make it feel like you're playing the TV show. And instead it's just very unstylized, all of it.
We got a code red, Greg. Grissom's gone missing, possibly abducted.
Okay,
Check the
Cap.
shed.
Everything else goes on the back
Check the
burner.
locked
I won't
shed.
be happy till Grissom's standing there humiliating me again.
A full FMV, if they got the actors from the show to be in the game, that would genuinely be like very good. That would be fucking sick, but they didn't do it.
Okay, it's newsprint, and the date and page number are visible. You'll need to do a Lexis search for the article. By stabilizing the charred remains of the document with the pyrroline polymer treatment, I could run latent lifting processes on it without destroying the ashes. It's an apparent suicide note, and get this, written on Champagne Hotel stationery.
Champagne Hotel. As in the Yardstrom case, Grissom work?
That's case one.
None other.
Brass needs to know about this.
Was there a backup plan involving writing a fake suicide note? Alright. Search what kind of shoe this is.
No, those don't match.
Yeah, they do. Look at them. What do you mean they... Okay, they don't really match. Those definitely don't match. Nope. Oh.
Size 10.
Okay.
Gill size, and it matches his brand.
Is it playing two
Good
songs
bet
at
these are
once?
his
I don't think
footprints.
so. Size and type matches the Grissom shoes. Oh no, it totally is, isn't it? It totally is playing two songs at once. I think. Does the song just sound like that? Like right here, that just sounds very wrong. It sounds very dissonant. Like listen to that.
Those don't quite seem to... You don't... Tread...
Ooh, we found it. I didn't think that was gonna be it. No exact match found. Similarities to tires found on SUVs. Okay, never mind. We didn't find anything.
Oh, now this is something. Subject of the original article, Sophia Benedetti. Charged with possession of controlled substances.
Okay, so we've got like
no record on her before.
I think I'm starting to get it because the first victim was a prostitute. Our fourth victim had drug charges. This is like a, you know, like morality-based serial killer.
Even Gil Grissom would keep his distance from these bugs. What we have here is a blowfly larva with a taste for living flesh. Cochleomia hominivorus.
Yeah, in Las Vegas, they have a lot of potential victims out there.
The 150 or so people killed by him over the years would say so. But these things are uncommon. Eradicated in the States back in the 50s, though you can still turn them up in Mexico and points farther south.
Anybody studying or researching them around here you know of?
Not in Vegas, nowhere recently. University of Nebraska a couple years back did some cryopreservation research. See how long you could freeze the larva without killing them. Not what I'd keep in the kitchen freezer. The markings on the key were worn down, but I enhanced them. Here's the lucky number, 10072. This key matches the type used by a few truck manufacturers. That's all I can tell you about it.
Liquid in bottle. Wait, when did I get this? Liquid in bottle?
Lucky for you, you didn't open this up and catch a whiff. Chloroform.
Enough missing to knock somebody out?
Absolutely. Once inhaled, the chemical enters the bloodstream through the lungs, unaltered by the liver.
The lung vision.
Reaches the brain in seconds, and it's sleepy time.
What's up?
Sure, I'll get you the prints from the garage you lifted. Those look like the best ones. Wish I could, but you just don't have enough to show it's the doctor's truck. Keep at it. All you have is that suicide note on hotel stationery. Sorry, that's just too thin. What I can do is let you look at some of the evidence from the Yardstrom and Benedetti cases. Here's the murder weapon, the ligature. Maybe there's something more to learn. APHIS came up blank on these partials from the medicine bottle in Kylie's apartment. Here's the casino chips we found in Sophia's mouth. that Greek money angle may make them significant. Here's the money we found in Kylie's mouth. Too many overlapping prints for us to get anything useful. That's enough to get you started anyway.
Alright, got 1 billion pieces of evidence now. Back to the lab. Back to the lab.
What's up?
Please take my 500 pieces of evidence.
Has traces of calcium gluconate gel, the topical antidote for hydrofluoric acid burns. This has a high aloe vera content, not consistent with commercial creams. Somebody whipped up a batch.
And to do that, having access
Wait
to
a minute, that's not even... Is that even... Hang on, say that again.
Nothing new to...
Nope, he's not gonna say that again.
Hey, what can I tell you? Casino chips. Anything else? I ran a bunch of different tests, didn't come up with anything. Sorry, guys.
I'm pretty sure that's bullshit. I think I watch enough chemistry YouTube to know that that's not how you treat hydrofluoric acid burns, but what do I know? So wait, can we not actually... Did we get like no useful evidence off that? Yeah, yeah. Like just some like burn cream with really good aloe vera. That's not saving you. That shit just destroys your bones.
What's up?
Wish I could, but you just don't have enough to show it's the doctor's truck. Keep at it.
I have nothing more to say to you.
That's all I know.
Okay, so I think we have more evidence to find in both locations. Well, definitely at least this one, maybe.
Casino
there we go.
chips. Didn't Sophia have a couple of these stuffed in her mouth? Try you.
So can I like take the... What do they want me to look at here if...
Greasy substance smeared here.
Greasy substance
Got
smeared
kind
here.
of a medicinal smell, wouldn't you say?
Hey. Casino chips.
What my greasy substance? Oh, I have a lot of stuff I didn't hand into him. Hold up.
Nothing new to report on.
Yeah, it's totally playing 2 songs whenever we come here. Why is it doing that? Yo, what? The Mythbusters on CSI? There they are. It's just a cameo of them taking notes on things. That's pretty good.
No.
I think I remember that. I used to watch Mythbusters religiously when I was like 10.
Calcium
I love that
gluconate
show.
gel.
I think I remember that episode. They tested if you could light someone on fire with a taser,
Let's hope it's
like
enough to convince
that.
Brass into reopening that hotel for us.
These are not going to be a match 'cause that would make no sense.
Okay.
It's a
now we have
match.
a match. Wilkinson's truck made a return trip.
Wilkinson's truck made a return trip to the scene of the crime.
Okay. How about a workable theory about what's become of Gil?
Well, after Lita was questioned at the pharmacy,
Oh,
Grissom got
Cal,
his invite
I
out
missed
to the
that part. Never
gardens.
mind.
Right.
Yeah.
So even in the first
They
interview,
do.
Lita figured
They
we
give you
belonged to her.
calcium in the hopes that
Pretending to work
it
at the
saves your
gardens,
bones.
She calls Gil, reports new evidence to perk his interest. She borrows Wilkinson's truck, lays in some of these flesh-eating bugs, and parks in the gardens.
I was only paying
Waits
half
out of
attention.
sight.
Sorry for doubting you, CSI.
When Gil arrives, he spots the truck, checks it out, spots the insects, and has a typically Grissom closer look. Lita, dressed like a worker maybe, chloroforms him from behind. There's a struggle. A few bugs get jostled from the truck. Lita holds her rag over Gil's face till he's out. Then she shoves him into the bed of the truck and hauls our boss away.
Why wouldn't Grissom have got the upper hand in a struggle? I mean, he's a guy. He's not small.
Bending over for a gander at those bugs, Grissom gave Lita an angle she could take advantage of. And you said it yourself, Greg. That chloroform acts quick.
Alrighty.
I've done.
I did. Okay, yeah. That's that. Tire treads are checked. Cool. Give me.
What do you need?
Give me a
guys?
warrant for a thing.
Treads match, huh? Good enough for me. Go.
Yeah, Grissom has gone
A
missing.
cream similar to a stain in Lita's apartment was found on the murder ligature. Interesting, but not a direct enough link between Lita and Kylie to reopen that case.
Dr. Wilkinson, I'm Catherine Willows, CSI. We're picking up on the previous investigation and need to ask you a few more questions.
I thought you people were holding Lita Callisto for Sophia's murder.
We are, sir. And we're sorry for the trouble we caused you.
Obviously, yes,
Oh,
Giga.
well, that makes it all better, doesn't it?
You have a lot of
Throw my life
options.
into turmoil
Like
and you tarnish
there's,
my professional reputation. Why wouldn't I be
you
thrilled
know,
to
you
help
got the
people
original
out any way I
release.
can?
That's what I
Dr.
say.
Wilkinson,
Someone
we
did a
have reason
patch
to
for it
believe
at some
Lita
point
Callisto has committed other
that
crimes,
like
perhaps
retranslates
other
the whole
murders,
game and
we do
undubs
need your
it
cooperation.
Well,
to make
alright.
it a little
Anything to
bit
help keep
less
that
like
lunatic
terrible.
female locked away.
I think most people who play OG1 these days use that patch, but that's a shame, IMO. Then obviously there's Kiwami, but don't do that to yourself.
Being torn various new gaping bloody orifices by my wife, thanks to you people. Still in my garage, isn't it? You need to look at it? I'll walk you back there. Anything is better than staying in the path of my wife's tongue. Well, what? Honestly, it was here.
Where's my truck?
You had no idea it was missing?
If I'd known, I'd have reported it stolen. Couldn't have. We've been together, and anyway, she can't drive stick. Didn't she tell you that?
Sometimes people's stories change.
Lita. Crazy damn. Yes, she could have. She must have come back for it again.
Thank you, Dr. Wilkinson. We do appreciate
Why
your
does that emote
cooperation.
exist?
We'll take it from here.
What?
That's all I...
Where's the truck, Lita?
How would that be possible? Gil Grissom is so brilliant. One of the top CSIs in the nation. Surely a mere slip of a thing like myself couldn't trap him using a few bugs as bait and reel him in. Not a big fish like Gil, man.
Maybe this?
Yeah? What do you need, guys? I'll send out an APB right now.
No, what's up,
Maybe
Ketchup?
somebody will spot
It is
and it'll
fully
lead us to Gil.
pre-rendered, but there's no live action or anything like that. But it does work on these like pre-rendered backgrounds that they then composite pre-rendered people on top of. Like, check this out. It's actually kind of like Myst 3. We've got these panoramas we can look through. And then, like, she's composited on top in, like, a rectangle. Have you played all of these, Theo? Are you a CSI game knower? There's totally nothing left to investigate. There's totally nothing left to investigate there. I'm not sure why that's still investigable.
Old photo album. Story of somebody's life. Looks like something used to be under here. Traces of the image bled onto the laminate. Newspaper clipping, maybe.
Oh.
There's nothing...
What would they even want me to do about this?
We can't use... There's nothing... We can't use... There's no pre... There's no... We can't... There's no...
I'm just using everything. What do they want me to do?
Greg
Just
should
take
be able
it,
to
okay.
analyze this. Maybe even enhance the image.
Greg's about to zoom and enhance. He's gonna do the meme.
Yes. The laminate bore traces of newspaper ink, transferred from the article that used to be underneath it. I enhanced the image and found a wedding photo. And guess who was the blushing bride?
Lita.
Oh yeah, our Looney Tunes killer, on her way to her honeymoon. Somebody was a lucky guy, huh?
No man was living in that apartment, so we can assume a breakup.
I
But Callisto may
assume
be Lita's
that the
married
actors
name.
from the show did the voice acting for this. I don't know that.
Yeah? Well, she doesn't have a Nevada wedding certificate, but I can do some out-of-state digging. Got her. Murphy. Lida Murphy. Most people come to Vegas to get hitched. She left to do the job. Why not ask me to search all the Jones, Smiths, and Johnsons, too? Get a little more specific, and maybe I can help you.
Let's ask Lita
I have
about it.
nothing more to...
Nope.
That's all I have.
You definitely don't know anything. You're just some guy. And there's probably nothing here.
That's all.
Yeah. Are you Murphy?
That's all I know.
No, you're Garden's worker. I'm just mashing X and trying to scroll over everything. See if there's anything I missed here. Doesn't seem like it. Here's this, which we already got the stuff out of. Oh, hang on. I'm supposed to look at this and be like, ah, it's a little dark in this corner. That must be evidence. Like, okay.
We can't... We can't... We can't... We can't... We can't... We can't... Set of prints. Old album like this. Could have been here a while.
Well, we've got some prints. I mean, gee, I wonder whose prints these are. It's not exactly a mystery whose prints are showing up in this apartment, right? Not this one.
What's up?
There you go. Unless it's
Good news
Mr.
is we got a
Murphy's
complete set of
prints.
prints on the photo album. Bad news is no hits on the APIS database.
Never mind. But do they match the medicine bottle prints? Yes, they do.
The fingerprints on the medicine bottle match the ones on the photo album, so Lita dispensed these meds to Kylie before giving her fingertips the acid treatment.
Who's Kylie? I think that's the victim from case 1. That's gotta be, yeah, reopen the case. We've got the prints.
On Kylie's medicine bottle, and Lita's medicinal cream is on the murder weapon. Yeah, that'll fly. I know a judge who'll give us the warrant we need.
Back again. More trouble? Or you want info on my weekend package?
Is your name Murphy?
This is my first time to your lovely establishment. Catherine Willow's criminalist, Vegas Crime Lab.
Well, it's not the first time for your partner there. By sport, we kind of bonded. When I was getting pelted with questions about that Kylie broad getting bumped.
Yes, well, that's very touching.
What is this? A recurring nightmare? Read my lips. Only person I saw was Kylie. She stuck with the same room. It was the guys that was always different. This some kind of joke? One of them hidden camera shows? Look, I told you everything I know already. Now, if you don't mind.
So, Kylie used this room all the time, and the manager says he didn't see anyone come out the door. But doors aren't the only way you can get into a room.
Yeah, the window was literally open. I noted this back in case 1, and they just like didn't.
A Juliet could let a
You just
lot
like
of
couldn't
Romeos in that
investigate
way.
this. Let's investigate windowsill for fingerprints.
It's also a great
no,
peeping
just leave.
Tom perch. Could somebody have seen what went down in this room?
Someone have seen what went down in this room, maybe, and left some fingerprints. There we go.
Someone hanging out on the fire escape, then entering the room, might have put their hands down right here.
They might have. Even some weird greasy handprints on there. There we go. Bring that. Well, is there anything else out here? I don't think so. Maybe also take fingerprint? Nah, that's, I guess, apparently it. Back to the lab.
Yes.
Yeah, but on the outside of the windowsill, that's a little different. That's a little different for sure.
It's our ever-popular calcium gluconate and aloe vera mix.
There's the calcium
Which puts Lita on
gluconate.
the fire escape at some point, and also puts her in the hotel room via that entry.
I hope by the end of this game, there's like 6 copies of this
Obviously,
song
Lita
playing in
and
the
Kylie
lab.
are acquainted. Lita learns Kylie's going to the hotel, to her favorite room, which Lita stakes out from the fire escape landing. Lita waits for the couple to finish their fun. She doesn't even bother with gloves. Look, Ma, no fingertips. Devon exits. Kylie heads into the bathroom. Lita climbs in, tears the cloth, getting some of that custom hand cream on it in the process. Kylie comes out of the bathroom. Her friend Lita jumps her, wraps the ligature around her neck, and strangles her onto the bed. With Kylie dead, Lita stages the
There's so
scene,
many songs
tying up the
playing.
corpse, blindfolding her, leading the
It
way
sounds
she
like
got
such a
in.
mess.
Fire escape. That's how
Alright.
it could have happened. But why did it happen? What's Lita's motive?
Her motive is the paragraph from the book.
Carrie who?
Maybe you're thinking of Karen. Karen Yardstrom?
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. It's your IQ.
Damn.
I have
Okay. So that's not it. Fucking got him.
What's up?
Not you either. Maybe anything else in the hotel room at all?
Got nothing more.
Do we have access to Kylie's apartment again? Yes, we do.
All right, let's see if there's anything that was overlooked.
The good thing they didn't ever, like, clean out the apartment. This apartment is just still here, even though Kylie's been dead for who knows how long at this point. Check the
Let's
computer.
try her computer.
Check the recycle bin. No, it's never the recycle bin.
Kylie was a tad compulsive about recording appointments. We need a way to narrow this
Yo,
down.
Bernard
Let's look at these
Murphy.
appointments in terms of the evidence we've already gathered.
That's the
There's a
name
Murphy
of the
here. Lead
fucking.
his
That's the
maiden
guy.
name, Bernard Murphy. We need to check it. Let's take a printout.
Murphy detected. Gotta take this to the lab so that he can
Yes.
analyze it and see that it says Murphy.
No match. But all that means is that Bernard Murphy didn't have a criminal record.
Because he's that guy. And she was seeing Bernard Murphy.
Yeah?
We gotta meet this Bernard Murphy guy. How do we get there?
I have nothing.
Printouts of appointments with Bernard Murphy. Maybe hotel guy can tell me about Bernard Murphy? No. Maybe lab guy can tell me about Bernard Murphy. Bernard, no. Wilkinson,
That's
do
all I
you
have
know
for-
Bernard Murphy?
That's all.
Maybe there's more. I feel like that's gonna be it though. Computer, my computer. Hit the start button, can't get over there. Recycling bin's no good. Scheduler is just, behold, a Murphy. Can't adjust the volume on the computer. The computer has just been sitting there on. Like, it's a good thing that the computer never put itself to sleep or anything. Kylie's probably been dead for like a month at this point, and the computer is just still on. Yeah, that's like definitely it. Hotel room, I feel like that's it for the hotel room.
That's all.
And she's
Stick
blocking
with the
the
evidence.
she's blocking the door. Dude, Grissom is like probably just in there. We investigated that earlier and it said it was locked.
Got an impact
Oh.
here.
How did I miss this?
We can't. We can't. We can't. We. We can't. We can't. We can't. We can't. We can't.
Just take the whole poll?
We can't.
No? Okay. In that case, we gotta start using the other tools on
Tiny
it.
traces of paint, based on height and proximity to the road. Vehicle impact, wouldn't you say?
Back to the lab. Every piece of evidence has to filter
Yes.
through Greg. Greg's the one who does all the real work around here.
Automobile paint. Fairly common color, particularly
Yeah, it's on
current
our
truck series.
Ford F-150 or whatever.
Dr. Wilkinson's truck in the
It's the
Sophia
L-160
Benedetti
is the
I'm
truck.
sure that's no coincidence.
It's no coincidence because we already confirmed like 4 different ways that it's the same truck. Did that somehow progress something?
I have nothing more.
You have nothing more to say to me.
That's all I...
You have nothing more to say to me.
That's all
Is it like these weird, like nasty, like sponge prints on the floor? No.
Stick with...
I don't get to like investigate this background stuff, I feel like. Nah.
That's all I have. That's all.
Hotel room,
nothing-
you? No. This apartment is empty. Maybe you've seen a truck of this color and it would be like, ah yes, blue. I've seen a blue truck around here.
That's all I...
No. Nothing on the bench, nothing on the ground.
Yeah?
And you seriously just got nothing?
Yes.
Murphy to the laptop guy? I don't think it'll do anything the way this game works, but I'll try it. Murphy, where are you? Yeah, that's just nothing. Even though I feel like laptop guy should now tell me where to find Bernard Murphy. Yeah, he was like, I need a more specific Murphy. Well, here's our guy. Maybe there's like something in the computer I haven't done. I already checked those prints. The shoe prints we already know. The tire prints we already did. Maybe I should just do it again. The search links, nothing. No DNA anywhere. Do we have anything in here? Ooh, we do.
They're even better looking when you get close.
Didn't realize that was going to be in the microscope. Kind of forgot this microscope existed. Anyway, we have nothing to do with that.
I've done everything.
They all have yellow tags, which I think means that we're done with that piece of evidence.
Nothing. Can't think.
And she just says, stick with the evidence. Helpful, very helpful.
Got nothing.
And you don't know Murphy, and we can't go check the bathroom again. And that's like that. I mean, maybe if we come out here, is there something that I missed? No, it's just a greasy hand. That's already got that. Not seeing anything else. Maybe in the garage. Is there like the color paint
That's all.
on these shelves? Nah, I think it might be time to look up what to do. I don't know. Apparently the greasy...
Yeah.
Are those not...
Nothing.
Yep.
Can't.
And yep, maybe... Can I, like, check that book again? No. I feel like this book is the motive. So... Check his Twitter. This game is 2003. Twitter didn't exist yet. MySpace didn't exist yet. Would have to check like a blog that they keep, just their own personal website. Is there like maybe something behind the painting? Are they gonna pull one of those on me? Doesn't really seem that way.
Stick with the evidence.
Huh. We already got this. We even got that. Was I able to find... Hang on. Did I get any kind of match with the fingerprints from the book? Let me check that. I think... Yeah, photo album in the apartment matched to prints on the bottle. Did that already. None of those people are interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's time to give up and consult game facts. I don't know. I think there's probably just some piece of evidence somewhere, right? Let's see. Case 5. Where are you? Where's... Okay, wait. Go back to Kylie's apartment and look at the schedule. Wait. Back at the lab. Apartments. Bernard. Wait. Huh? I think I'm missing something here.
Need something?
Dude, Bernard Murphy. What am I missing?
Yeah.
I think there's just like something locking my progress and I
The
can't...
ligature has traces of that same cream from Lita's apartment. Calcium gluconate gel with heavy aloe vera.
That cream was not over the counter, it was homemade. This may get us back into that hotel.
I've done everything I can think of with that.
Yeah, I did. The schedule... This is what tells us about Bernard. He had some text there. There we go. That's what it was. Even though that thing had a... even though that piece of evidence, like the rope used to strangle Kylie, even though it had a yellow tag on it because I had already presented it, you have to present it again after presenting the greasy handprints. And that makes him say something that you already know and that he already said before, but that then triggers this guy to talk about Bernard Murphy.
I'll give it a shot.
So,
Well, Bernard
cool.
Murphy worked at the Washoe County Crime Lab some years ago.
Very cool.
Let's bring his file and see. Dismissed a few years ago for breaking evidentiary collection procedures.
Hey, Ozzy.
Whoa. His dismissal involved a drug raid at Sophia Benedetti's home.
Oh.
Oh,
What does that mean?
Guess who was called as a procedural expert at Murphy's disciplinary
Oh, what does
Gil
that
Grissom.
mean? Wait, I think I'm piecing it together. Bernard Murphy, he was meeting the prostitute at the hotel. He got busted by Grissom, and, what was that third one? I don't really understand the Benedetti thing. But, no, okay, I don't have it. I don't get it.
I can see if there's any record of
But there's some kind of connections.
Holy. Bernard Murphy committed suicide last week.
And there's the fake suicide note with the hotel. Like, that's bullshit. That's total bullshit. That didn't happen. Can we... Do I have, like, a location for this? What does that get me? Maybe we talk to Lita now. Oh, okay, now we have all this stuff.
What a triumph for you to have figured that out, and it only took you forever. Well, isn't that obvious, considering present company, because of the incompetence of this place and its subpar staff?
From what we hear, it was your father's incompetence that got him dismissed.
My father was a brilliant man, a dedicated, underappreciated investigator who misguidedly gave his life to this job. And look at the competence of his peers. Sad. It's just sad.
Really? Then what was the real reason for his dismissal?
Politics, corruption, the well-connected Mr. Benedetti.
Okay, that's
he
why,
wanted his
that's
daughter
why.
To walk, so he paid some of Vegas's finest to tamper with the evidence. Got the case thrown out. In the process, my father was framed into taking the fall.
I can assure you this department would thoroughly look into such a thing.
Your precious Grissom was there. Did he look into it? He has no feelings for the human species. We're less than bugs to him, literally. And no one wanted to stand up to Benedetti. That left my father to take the blame.
He's probably in that shed being eaten
My
by
father was
bugs right
everything to
now.
The only one who understood me. The only person on this earth I was ever close
Yo,
to.
Gratz producer.
And
Lost
now
media
he's gone.
recovered.
Forever.
Where'd you
Job
end up
well
finding
done,
it?
CSI.
He took his own life. And it was not over the job he lost, but the woman he lost.
If the people around him here at CSI had stood up for him, given him the benefit of the doubt, he wouldn't be driven into the arms of that showgirl slut. He'd be alive today showing all of you how to do this job. My father had been through a lot, and the last thing he needed was some little tramp to use and abuse him.
What happened? Did your father think he had a girlfriend and found out he was just another notch on the bedpost?
Ooh, your insightfulness takes my breath away.
Kylie drove him to suicide and you killed her for it.
That sounds like an opinion. You see, a good investigator would be more interested in facts. I lost my father because Benedetti's daughter was a crack addict and Papa was covering up for baby. My father took the fall for that poor little rich junkie.
And that's why you killed her?
I don't remember saying I killed her. I will point out that the scales of justice have achieved a certain ironic balance. I lost my father, Benedetti lost his daughter. I have no...
Alright, well...
Need something? I'm ahead of you on this one. Grissom believed the evidence might have been tampered with and went on record as to Murphy's possible innocence. But the mayor at that time buried Grissom's report, most likely due to the Benedetti family's influence. Thanks to that APB on Wilkinson's truck, a patrol officer spotted a vehicle of that description heading into a U-Keep self-storage lot.
That's where Grissom
That's
is.
several hundred storage rooms, and I can only get a warrant for one specific room.
It's room 11037, or whatever the key said. It's the room, the key room. Where's my key? Smaller key. Smaller key. It's this room, sir. I have the number.
What's up?
How do I... Okay, smaller key.
Can't think of much more to...
Maybe it was larger key?
Well, this key could be from a number...
Which means Lita...
No. But like... How do I... I've got the key.
You can lie and try to manipulate the truth all you want. Gil Grissom sold my father out. The biggest irony of all, if a CSI of my father's abilities were here, he'd find Grissom. Maybe you'll find him too. Someday.
Dog, I've literally got the key with the number on it. It's this one. Look. 1000 or 10072. I have a hard time reading.
Gate's locked. Can't force entry without a warrant, so we have to find a link between Lita and these lockers, and fast. We can try the key we found in Lita's apartment. If it's a locker key, maybe it'll also open the front gate. We can use this as a fulcrum. Let's take it.
Wait, what? We're gonna use this barrel?
This might be good to get some leverage on the door.
We're just gonna pry it open?
Great. We can use these to pry the door open now.
What about the
bugs,
warrant?
flesh eaters,
What about the
they're all over
warrant?
him.
Catherine.
Gil, we're here. Everything's all right.
Lita. The Benedetti case. Murphy was fired because...
I know, Gil. For once, I'm way ahead of you.
You saved my life.
Like, this is so not dramatic. Like, look at this.
Big time.
He's just laying there.
I think, maybe we can declare your probation period over.
Well, you could say we worked the bugs out. And now
Fucking
we'll be going to the
hilarious.
hospital,
Good
Mr.
one.
Grissom. We're gonna check you out.
A time like this
walking
calls
crime
for
scene you
bug-related puns.
It's time for your evaluation. I've spoken to your fellow CSIs. Sarah, Nick, Warwick, Catherine all give you high marks. Greg and Doc Robbins are also impressed. Devin Rogers is a free man now. Cleared of
All right,
any
we cleared
involvement in
Devin
the Kylie
Rogers.
Yardstrom killing. As for me, well, let's say I'm glad you were on the
Now,
Callisto.
case 2 and 3, those murders totally happened and were just unrelated. Honestly, it is the Ace Attorney model. Case 1 comes back in the end. The middle of the game cases are just filler cases that have no relevance to anything. There you go, 97%. I don't know how you get 100. 0 hint questions asked. Yeah, that was CSI Miami. So that's the end of the first CSI game. Now we go into the second game that they released on PC that gets lumped in. So we're halfway done with this. I'm gonna step away for a sec. I will be right back, and then I guess we'll see what happens, if this will like go back to being simple, because it's technically a case 1 again. But yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I'm back. You know, I was looking at my phone in the bathroom and I saw someone on Discord complaining about YouTube. Oh my god, what did they do to YouTube? I guess the thumbnails are bigger now. Looks like the thumbnails are bigger now. Yeah, the thumbnails are fucking massive. Oh well, that's not that bad of a change. I don't really care. It's a little bit annoying as far as like you have to scroll more now, but whatever. All right, let's go. Daredevil Disaster. Yeah, no, it's definitely like, what if Ace Attorney was like turbo boring?
Welcome to your first night on the
Wait,
job.
what?
I'm Gil
My
Grissom,
first
your
night
new
on the
supervisor.
job again?
Of all the new
Am I
crime
playing
scene
as someone else
investigators
now?
I interviewed for this position, you were the most promising. Your excellent grades, data analysis, and computer skills put you over the top.
I guess they
Now you have to
maybe.
prove
What if
yourself
the
in
guy
field.
from 1 now becomes an
Working night shift
NPC in
Vegas is a
2?
little like waking up inside a Fellini movie, but you'll get used to it. You'll also work with some of the best CSIs anywhere. Warwick Brown grew up here. He knows this town, and he knows his
They're
job.
introducing
Nick Stokes
this would
is
be
here by
so
way of
weird if you
Texas
didn't
A&M,
know.
But don't be fooled by his sunny disposition.
This would be so
He means
weird if you
business.
didn't know that it
Sarah
was
Seidel
2
was a
games
student
combined
of mine
into
from San
1.
Francisco.
Like, why are we
Invited her
introducing
aboard
these
when
people
one of our
in
CSIs
halfway
was
through the
killed
game?
years. Our key lab tech, Greg Sanders, is first rate. Don't tell him I said that. Go to his head. Dr. Al Robbins is our secret weapon. Not only is he
Yeah,
sharp,
dude, I
he's also
literally
powerful.
alter Hear Me Out.
We don't do anything independently.
The killer
with
in the
Captain
last
Jim Bratt.
case, who's secretly
Anything
been
you need
connected to all
legally,
of the
including
cases,
warrants for
is the
suspects and
detective you play
locations.
as from the first
and,
5
Catherine Willows.
cases.
She's who you'll be working with on your first call. That
He joined the
reality series we're
CSI so
shooting
he
in
could
town,
learn how they
world's
worked, so that he
wildest
could
stunts,
learn how to defeat
got a little
them.
too real tonight. The show's star stuntman was nearly killed. Check out if it was an accident, negligence, or more. You can either start at the Mediterranean casino where the stunt was being filmed, or head to St. Anthony's Hospital to interview the stuntman. Your call. Remember, listen to the evidence, listen to the suspects.
Hey, welcome to CSI. Catherine Willows. You believe this insanity? We're not usually dealing with a
happened
victim
on
whose business
Bones.
is almost getting himself killed nightly. Lot to do. Let's keep
Yeah, that was
our
another one of
eyes
those
and
shows that my
minds
mom definitely
open.
watched. I remember Bones. We're gonna go to the hospital. Beautiful Vegas establishing shot. I feel like I just want to like pause these scenes and just like look at it and see like what they've built since then and like how different the strip looks.
Wow. It's after
I want to
visiting
sit there and
hours,
analyze
but
it,
who's
but it goes by
complaining?
too quickly.
Please tell me you're my physical therapist, beautiful.
Just isn't your lucky night, is it? Catherine Willows, Las Vegas Crime Lab. This is my partner.
Crime lab? Since when is it a crime to have a stunt go wrong? Taking risks is what I do. Alert the media that Ace Dillinger laughed in the face of death once again.
Well, this time you laughed so hard at death, you could have used an adult diaper.
So I'm human. Run out and get me a bedpan and you can watch this time. Look, I'm half asleep from the drugs they got me on. If you got
Nothing is
specific
moving
questions,
except his lower
ask me.
jaw.
Otherwise,
The
go find
entire
some
rest
real
of him
crime
is
to solve.
completely
The
still.
only mystery here is how a guy with my gifts could screw up that stunt. Some detective you are. Take a look. Lucky I didn't break my neck. Came damn close though.
What are your injuries?
Fractured
Not my
spine,
neck.
whiplash, broken right
Good
tibia,
answer.
3 cracked ribs, 1 broken
Ooh,
rib,
ooh.
and a concussion. But I'll be back on a bike before you know it.
The cracking rib cam.
Well, I gotta admit that's a stumper. It seemed like it was going smooth as a baby's backside. I dumped the clutch and hit the ramp. Get airborne and land her nice and square. I try slowing to lay the girl down and slide under the truck, but the bike, it's still revving full bore. I go to grab the clutch lever, but my hand slipped off the bar. If I'd had my head screwed on straight, I might have thought to kill the engine switch. Instead, I go and lock both brakes and wind up plowing I swerve away from the truck, just to keep my head from ending up in a separate bag. And after that, as you big-time investigators just might be able to figure out for yourselves, it gets a tad cloudy. What part of the damn stunt went sideways don't you understand? You think I took a header for grunts and giggles? I mean, I could use a vacation, but this ain't the route I'd pick. Look, I always do major servicing of my bike my own self. You want something done right? You know the rest. Don't trust these damn
You should be in
shots.
like
Bunch
the
of amateurs. But David
like
McLadden,
SpongeBob
the stunt
full
director,
body cast.
insists on double checking my gear before every trick. He tuned my baby up at his trailer in the casino parking lot. Come to think of it, he gave my bike more attention than anybody else's. I kinda got after him about it. Well,
Yeah, I feel like
it
those
did seem the
shots are
gas
like
just wouldn't stop flowing.
pretty
I use a
gruesome.
custom carb
They're
on that
they're
bike,
showing
but
that
it's
guy's
never given
bones
me trouble
snapping
before.
inside his
If you're
body.
gonna look at anything, make it that. And the
Really
throttle assembly.
unpleasant looking visual effect. They showed like the concussion, like bloody brain.
McLadden? Never had that much to do with him. Might sound
I
funny,
guess if you look at the box
but
art,
I'm
this
a
is
star.
rated
He's kinda
M.
small time.
It does say rated
I mean,
M,
it's strictly
which
professional. We
is
don't
crazy
hang.
for a licensed
And hey,
game.
I don't suffer fools, so when he fouls up
That's
or
probably
has a lame
why.
idea, I'm not shy about tearing him a new one. Producers
Like,
beat
really,
on the
aside
guys,
from
saying
that,
better
this is a
come up
very
with some fresh
kid-friendly
new
game.
ideas, kind that'll attract ratings, pump up the action, you know? If we hope to get picked up for another season. We're on what they call the bubble. Borderline call whether we're back or not. Corey Mazzotti. Production office is downtown. Draftler Promotions. You're big time
You know,
detectives. Try using this cutting edge
I'd give
investigative
this
tool
game
they
to a
got now,
kid.
the phone book.
Yo, extra establishing shots? Is game 2 good? Is game 2 actually just better than game 1?
Okay. We have to carefully check this whole area to reconstruct how this accident happened. We're looking for inconsistencies. You take the lead. Okay, let's take a closer look at what made that bike tick. Or stop ticking.
Did her green screen get worse? It did. They're just like 2D images composited in now. They're not like rectangles of pre-rendered 3D motion. They're just billboards now. Like, look at her stretch on the sides of the screen.
Clean, distinct treads. A lot of grime and dust on the tire.
Are we really gonna have to take tire prints of that? This seems unnecessary. But okay.
You know what this looks like? A custom prototype carburetor, modified for stunt work from a standard street bike. If the rider couldn't stop the flow
Dude, is
of
the second
throttle
game just
cable,
gonna be
might
way
another
better
avenue worth
presentation than the
writing down.
first? Get Biko Vision.
The spring is snapped. A result of the crash, or did someone arrange for it to break? Good find. Sticker of some kind, maybe for a service shop. Can't quite make it out. We got a thin yellowish liquid with a pungent smell. I'm gonna pass on a taste test. How
Yeah,
about
I
you?
think it's a bit too
We'll let
dry
Greg
for
confirm
me.
it's urine, though.
I think they gotta like up the production value a bit, or like
What's
like I would
this?
take, instead of this
Greasy
game
kid
having
stuff?
5 cases, I would take a game that's like one really good case that's as long Even if it's just as long as like 3 or 4 of these cases.
Nice and slippery.
You know?
Lubricant,
Just like one
maybe.
really great episode of TV in game form.
Our boy should have been decelerating here, or anyway trying to. Read the skid marks. Short, like a series of dashes, increasing in length. Only Ace was on his way to a lot of bandages. Skidding along, not able to slow down. That's gotta ruin a stuntman's day. Nice ramp. So, report says our stuntman weighs in the neighborhood of 180. Bike's about another 300 pounds. Hits the ramp at 80 miles per hour on a 30-degree
Is she just gonna mental math
Speed
this?
generally decreases by roughly 1 mile per uphill degree. Leaves the ramp at around 50 miles per hour with a slight tailwind. Lands the jump successfully. Hey, learning math without a calculator comes in handy sometimes.
You know, when you're investigating crime scenes in real life, you're not gonna have access to a calculator.
Here's where the rubber met the road. It's consistent with the 50-mile-per-hour impact.
David McLadden, I'm the stunt director around here. Hey, stunts are organized chaos. Best laid plans and all that garbage. Ace was supposed to hit the ramp, land the jump, lay the bike down, and slide under the truck. But instead, he just veered off, did a washout, and then binned it into the barricades.
In English.
He skidded across the pavement and crashed. I coordinate and help design all the gags on World's Wildest Stunts. Now, by gags, I don't mean ha ha ha. That's what we call the stunts themselves, gags. I make sure they're exciting, go off without a hitch. Usually. We've been working on the show all season. I met guys with better personalities, sure, but Ace is not paid to be a sweetheart. He's good at what he does. You're looking at him. I gave the bike a quick once-over, tightened this and that. Not much else is called for.
Alright, he touched the bike.
Always on top of it, himself.
Where did you do this inspection?
In my equipment trailer, out in the parking lot. Did I? Just a routine inspection. Did a once-over of it at my equipment trailer, finished my coffee, then was called away for a quick chat with Mazzotti, the producer. After that, I sent it on back to Ace. Nothing more. He's not my favorite, all right? Try to steer clear of him most of the time. I won't lie to you, he's made noises about replacing me, including tonight. But chances are we'll be in Video Valhalla before you know it anyway.
Video Valhalla? What does that mean?
We're this small-time
What do you
show
mean
up
by
against
this?
network
Oh, our
series
ratings
with
are in this.
2,
Okay.
3 times the budget. I don't mind at all, if you got a warrant. I'm particular about my gear. Everything's in its place, and I don't need you people messing up the tools of my trade unless you've got a damn good reason. And did I mention a warrant?
Well, what I've learned from this game is that anyone who's really angry about asking for a warrant probably did that shit. Like, you don't have to be so... You don't gotta be so mad.
Can't go in without the owner's permission, unless a judge has given us the go-ahead.
Wait, how do I get to... Alright, time to hand in the... Ooh, even the lab looks different now.
You're the new blood.
Does
You're
Greg,
coming to the
like,
right guy at
look
CSI
extra
if you want
fucked
an
up or
insect
something?
skin.
What?
Need my help analyzing evidence? Hey, don't worry. I
Did
can
they
take it.
change
You
Greg?
might
Did he
my
get, like, a
analysis
different
immediately,
haircut?
or maybe
Did
I'll
they
send you over to
recast
the
him?
computer or microscope image analyzer. Let you work the evidence yourself. Good experience for you. A little presto changeo on the ESDA equipment and poof, the company name, Vegas Motorcycle. Don't know all the shops around here, so you'll have to dig the address up from someone else. On first glance, I'd say piece of a spring. Can't tell you anything else about this little sweetheart at the moment. Are we a team or what? Tire tread is in the computer. And on the menu today is salts, uric acid, ketones, potassium, calcium, urine. Looks like our hero gets scared like us mere mortals.
Alright, glad we
When he came to
handed
rest
Greg
and
the
his
piss
muscles
bottle.
relaxed, he voided his bladder. Or as we scientists put it, he wet himself. Automatic transmission fluid, slippery stuff, but no traces of metallic particles, meaning it's never been used in a vehicle.
Then maybe it was nothing more than a lubricant to help the bike slide under the truck.
This isn't gonna get me anything, right? There's no way.
Tread looks
I
fairly
mean, there's a
new.
match.
Some distinctive wear patterns and irregularities on it, though.
I'm always glad to meet a new CSI. You're the
This is a
backbone of what we
new
do. I'm Captain Brass.
scene as well.
I can help you
They've
by
changed the way
facilitating
some
warrants
things
and
look.
digging up additional information about suspects and victims. My door's always open. How can I help you on this one?
Oh, wow. Suspect location. Can you look up the follow-up questions?
For you, anything. Let's see. Got it. 493 Briarway, bit outside of town. Draffler Promotions? Should be easy enough.
Cut to wide shots so we can mess with the
Got it.
computer.
Office near
Laptop
downtown.
guy. The reason why he's on the
See what these
CSI
show
team
folks
is
have to
because he's
say for
really good at
themselves.
Googling things. Warrant for
Hey,
trailer.
you don't have a motive or...
No. Warrant for... Well... Let's see if we can just get in first.
World's Wildest Stunts, Corey Mazzotti. I really appreciate you people looking out for our interests here. Thanks a lot. It's just one of those unfortunate things. Frankly, on a show like this, we're lucky we
I don't
never had
trust
worse.
him.
And Ace seems set to make a full recovery. Happy ending for everybody.
I assume... So, I don't know. My guess is that when they went to make the show CSI, they probably took some helicopter shots of the strip. And they're probably just using the shots from the show. I don't know if, like those are, yeah, they're just like establishing shots that... I don't know if those would be stock footage or if they were shot for the show, but my guess is that they got them for the show.
Well, sure. Behind you all the way.
It's not a
90%.
low-budget
Oh,
show.
Oh, you accept my desk? That's off limits. A lot of industrial espionage in the old TV world. Have to maintain my privacy, you understand. Where did you hear that? The crazy rumors that get around in this business. Look, our show's doing fine in the ratings, and we're going to do better. Ain't broke, ain't gonna fix it. Anything else? I really...
Check the computer. Check. Okay, whatever. We'll just go here. Interesting that outside is a thing. It's just like a that we know where we're at.
The handle's Handelman, Leslie Handelman. And it's my shop. I'm a girl who doesn't mind getting her hands dirty. What can I do for you? Ace? He's a peach. Barks a lot worse than his bite. Gets his bike serviced here, time to time. Let me think. Don't believe so. Mostly he likes to do his own
Oh,
upkeep
goodbye
on the bike.
subtitles.
Sure, Ace has talked about it. I saw it a couple times, but I've never been over to the set or anything. They got their own staff. And anyway, I'm plenty busy here. I got bills to pay. Lots of them. Hey, I always cooperate with the law. Mi casa is su casa. Only I gotta
Flawless
ask you to stay on that
pronunciation.
side of the counter. My business materials are private. Can't think of it.
So should I be presenting evidence to her? Well, no warrant necessary, as long as we're not actually poking around. What is the use of this shot? Is there anything here? Present bike spring. Yeah, we're gonna need a warrant. Hang on.
What's up?
Was there something in the middle? Hold up. Oh, right here. This is... The cursor does turn green right here. Sure.
Nope.
I guess... Just for prints? I don't know what that icon means. Like a credit card icon over that.
Yes.
Yeah, this one, no one's died. No one died in the arson
Print has been
case
scanned
2
into the
last
computer for you.
last game either, so...
You don't have a...
Yeah, I'm not really sure what these prints could possibly mean.
No, those don't match.
No, those don't match. They're not... Daryl Wu. Corey Mazzotti? The Corey Mazzotti?
Fraud, blackmail. Well, the producer of the world's wildest stunts is a
Oh,
little
okay,
wild
that's who that is. I was like, who?
Draffler Promotions.
Alright. So Corey Mazzotti,
Sure.
definitely.
But Grissom might dock you for it in your evaluation.
Wait, what? Why did he just... Grissom might dock me for it in my evaluation. Why did he... Why did she just say that?
Sure. But Grissom might...
Wait, what? Oh. Well, rip, I guess. That's weird. I was like talking to her from behind an interface, I think.
What's up? I need more than hunches. Can't just go fit. Hey, you don't have a motive? Not a... Guys, you need more on Mazzotti's... Guys, you need
Mazzotti's
more-
possible accomplices? I mean that, well... Mazzotti's possible accomplices? We grill this guy on his criminal background?
You know, funniest thing, I have no interest in these crazy bikes in my personal life. I'd have no interest to go by any shop like that. Really? Well, isn't that the strangest thing? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
wait.
sure.
Right, you know, I was there, briefly, just the other day. My daughter's been after me to buy her a cycle. How can the producer of World's Wildest Stunts say no to a request like that? It was just a quick visit. It slipped my mind.
Now can I get the warrant?
What's up? Not yet. Guys, you need more.
Dude.
I need more than... Denied visiting Vegas motorcycle. Downplayed his confrontation with McLadden. You know, this guy's nose is growing.
Sure is.
You're
Give me
about
the
to
warrant.
harvest a search warrant.
Sick.
Well, isn't that a kick in the teeth? You'd think there'd be a bit better protection for decent law-abiding folks like me. I really wish I could...
This is a much more generic looking computer than the last one. You do not have permission to view folders. Access denied. Do we have permission to view email? Yes.
Encrypted message. Let's put it on disk. Maybe we can break the key back at the lab.
That's not how that works. The booster tube adds noticeable size and girth while you sleep. Basic kit includes booster tube, hand pump, AC adapter, and gliding gel. Deluxe kit also includes moistened wipes and rechargeable battery pack for when you're on the road. I see. All right.
Yes?
Pro hacker man, please get us the email.
Encrypted message. Quick glance looks like a pretty simple cryptogram cipher. I'll set up a search link for you on the computer and you can hunt for that cipher that decodes it.
Hunt for the cipher to decode it.
I think this made more sense when it was still encrypted. What's a Kamawa? A brand of motorcycle? And why is our producer sending email to Vegas Motorcycle anyway?
Your Kamawa is on its way as discussed. You can use it to give motorcycles a boost. Can I get the warrant for...
I need more than hunches.
Oh, come on.
Can't think of any...
Kamawa? No? Okay. Do you know anything about this Kamawa? No. About you?
Motorcycle repair shop, not too far from here. Nice little shop. Gal runs it. She's young and, well, frankly, you know, kind of hot. But she knows her stuff, all right. I got nothing.
Nothing else? Maybe we can get into the trailer? I mean, he definitely did that shit. The McLadden conspiring with Draffler Promotions guy. Definitely they did that. He bought it at Vegas Motorcycle and then McLadden installed it in the trailer and that made the motorcycle go. That's definitely how it be. Or who do we want to give this to? Maybe you want to see the spring? Can you tell me something about the spring?
Can't think of any...
I don't know anything about that. Hey, lots of people in the production office, on the crew, have access to my computers. I really wish I...
Need some... A stronger link between the suspect? Not... Guys, you need... A stronger link between... Hey, you don't have a motive? You don't have enough reason.
I have plenty of reason. Back to the lab.
Yes.
Maybe I already gave you the spring.
I've done every... Can't...
That's all that.
Yeah?
Maybe I present the data disk to this guy?
I really...
Can't think of...
Can't ask about the Kamawa? Maybe outside? Might have a hint though. Like, I don't care about that. How can I get a warrant to search McLadden's trailer?
Make sure you've asked Ace everything you can think of and found all the evidence.
I've maybe not found all the evidence at the stunt site. Did I ask Ace about the prints?
Hey, that's...
This game definitely needs, like, detective vision to be able to see what's interactable. The evidence is gonna be like some kind of slightly dark thing. Like, as you could see, there we go. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, it's, the evidence is, where even was that? The evidence is this, like, just some random piece of the background, and then just that. That is extremely stupid. Hang on, back to the lab.
What's up? That print has been scanned into the computer for you.
Those don't... No. You don't have...
Yeah, I don't know. Those don't match anything.
No, those don't match.
Uh-oh.
No.
This is a different set.
You don't...
Red snow? No.
You don't... No. You don't...
No, so those don't match anything. Those are mystery fingerprints.
I got nothing.
He's got nothing. This is still investigatable. Though, Which makes me feel like there might even just be more somewhere. I did check the puddle, yes. The fact that I can still zoom in on this is weird, maybe. But it really seems like it's nothing. Maybe I can just get the warrant now.
Needs... Hey, you don't have a mo...
Nope. Can we dust for prints on the outside of the trailer to get our mystery prints?
Sure.
Help.
Stick with the evidence. If there's a problem with the show, he might be the scapegoat. See if there's any evidence in the producer's office that they've had...
Evidence in the producer's office that they've had a run-in recently. A run-in? Can't check the computer anymore.
Something splattered here recently. Looks like some force behind it.
Mysterious stains. Straight for the
Don't see
UV.
any-
No.
That's not...
How exactly was I supposed to see that? They were just like back there somewhere.
Yes. Here's a decaf latte you ordered. Cookie with that, or carrot cake, perhaps?
So the stain on the wall was coffee. Hard to believe that got there accidentally.
Now maybe we ask, not you. Ask, not you. Casino stunt site, ask him about coffee that was thrown. It's really great that they point me in the exact wrong direction. I mean, maybe now we can get the warrant.
Needs... Hey, you don't have a mo...
No.
Hey, you don't have... Hey, you don't have a... Reasons, not hunt... Guys, you need more... A stronger link between...
Who the hell is Leslie Handelman? Like, have we even met that guy yet? Maybe Leslie Handelman did it. Oh, that's the girl at the shop. Yeah, okay.
What's up?
Sure.
Help, help.
Stick with the...
Suspect.
If there's a problem with the... Make sure you've asked Ace everything you...
Sure, I've asked Ace everything
Stick
I
with
can
it.
think of.
So we think Mazzotti's lying about having visited Leslie earlier.
Anything else in his office? Okay, there's a bunch of crap in his office that we haven't found, and we can maybe ask Ace about the coffee.
Hey, that's...
No.
I really wish...
You're not gonna talk about the coffee.
Sure.
Computer's got nothing. The door? The door handle. Oh, apparently there were fingerprints on that. Oh, you can kind of maybe see it, like right there. Very subtle.
Hey.
Okay. This... You... match it to that. Confirm
These two
match.
prints are a definite match.
Mazzotti sus.
Need some... Reason. Guys, you need... Hey, you don't have a... Hey, you don't have a... You don't have...
Hey, that's...
I got nothing.
I really...
Hmm. Can we like dust for fingerprints on that door? No. What am I still missing? That handle?
Can't think of any.
Hey.
Maybe we go in here. Door fingerprint search. Does this turn up different search results? I think these are the same search results. Yeah, like Ian Wilkinson and Fred Snow, those are... Got anything for me, Greg? No.
Sure. Stick with the...
Okay, well apparently... one of the options
Make
is
sure
gone
you've
now.
asked Dace everything you can... So we think Mazzotti's lying.
There must be something else in the office, and also we have to ask Ace about stuff.
Hey.
Well, looks
Oh,
like
there
the
we go.
network
I was trying to
suits
interact
went
with
the wildest
that.
Stunts to get a little wilder. Our producer's under pressure, and I think he may have blown off some steam.
Taking that piece of paper.
I really...
Now we talk to Ace. Where are you, Ace?
Hey.
Well, maybe we go to the lab first.
Hey. Nothing.
Needs... We're not... Guys, you need more on... Not... Hey, you don't have a... You don't have enough...
Okay, so it's none of that. Well, maybe... Now we talk to you? Maybe now we talk to McLadden? Wait, did he move? No, he didn't move.
I got nothing.
That's the threatening... Well, do you have anything else?
Sure. So we think Mazzotti...
There might still be more in the office somehow. How is there more in this office?
I really...
Investigate these books? No.
I really...
Sure.
What?
Sure.
What am I still missing? How can I get a warrant to search the trailer?
Everything you can think of.
Found all the evidence at the stunt site. There must be more evidence at the stunt site somehow. Wait, hold up. Did I just see something? Right there.
Isn't that sweet? Some helpful soul tried to clean up our crime scene by sweeping up. Innocent cleanup or crime scene tampering. Either way.
Okay, so there's like a little, there's a little tiny smudge, and that's what it is. Literally, this is... That was it.
Listen, I didn't know this was gonna be some kind of crime lab production. I mean, it's a stunt show. We had an accident, there was a mess, and part of my rarefied executive position is I reach for a broom when necessary. What are you gonna do? Small production, small budget. When the EMTs arrived, they said I should stop, and I did, right away.
So he admits to sweeping up. That's gotta be... That's gotta be enough evidence to get this guy...
What's up?
To give me a warrant.
The link...
Location...
Guy's job's dangling and he was tampering
There
with
we
the crime
go.
scene. Go to work on that trailer of his. Little do-it-yourself
There we go.
CSI
Man,
style.
this is a very pixel hunty case.
Well, plenty to keep us busy here. Double venti decaf latte, no whip, extra hot. Well, these macho stunt people really live dangerously, don't they?
I'll just steal your coffee. Wow, pliers in in this trailer, pretty sus. That's a piece of the spring that they cut off when they sabotaged his truck. There's an incriminating videotape.
Video cassette tape. Professional.
Professional.
Somebody's
It's
gonna pay
Betacam.
more than a rewind fee for this.
Destroying evidence, destroying the footage of the moment the crime happened.
He admits sweeping up after the supposed accident.
Alright, it's the broom alright. So was there something on the broom? No, we're good. I'm just thankful that there is music, because I think the rest of the game didn't have any music. Well, I guess the lab song. But for the most part, when you go out to a crime scene, it was just silent. Alright, lab man, please take a look at all my shit. Tape.
Not only was this baby crushed, it was demagnetized.
Demagnetized too, wow.
Favorite home video. But the AV lab worked some minor magic. We covered a few still frames for you. Footage from the stunt looks like. Images are kind of distorted like an old 60s LSD flick. Use the image enhancement equipment on the table.
Image enhancement equipment. Been sent to the microscope. Oh god, they sent me like 5 pieces of evidence to the microscope.
It's a spring or any...
Yep, part of the spring. This is what they used to cut the spring. Here's the coffee that got thrown at the wall. Just analyze my coffee,
It's
Greg.
just regular coffee. Whatever that means these days.
More importantly, the lab analysis of the stain matches McLadden's favorite brew. He may have spent some time in the producer's office recently. Blurry. Too far away. Pretty far.
This looks like the...
Motion blur.
No.
Now here's a clear frame.
There we go.
If we only knew what we were looking for. We'll need a complete understanding of the stunt and what might have gone wrong.
What's up? Reason. Guys, you need... Your case... You don't have enough...
Alright, back to asking everyone everything.
Hey.
I really wish...
I don't think I'm obligated to discuss that with you. I got nothing.
Alright, you did it. Like, come on. I don't think I'm obligated to discuss that with you. Alright, buddy.
Hey.
Picture 4 is interesting. Please tell us about picture 4. No? Maybe you can tell us if there's something weird about picture 4? Nope. Alright, I'm stuck again.
Sure.
Hints, please. It's still the same hints.
If you're looking for proof that he rigged the stunt
here we
to go
go.
bad, you should see if there's anything in his... So we think Mazat...
Okay, so it's still in the trailer.
Sure. People hold coffee cups with their hands.
Oh, wait. How am I supposed to do that?
If a broken spring turns out to be the cause of the accident, a clear image of the engine during the stunt might help us figure out when the trouble began, especially if
We do have that image.
if a broken spring turns out to be...
Maybe, did we like get prints off it? Hang on.
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be the whole second game. I'm pessimistic about this now. But wait, how do I get the cup of coffee?
Can't think of...
The cup of coffee is held by a hand.
Sure.
But like...
People hold coffee cups with their hands.
And fingers.
And fingers.
Like, okay, great, but like the evidence... The hell do I do with it then?
I've done it.
He's done everything.
I really wish...
I mean, maybe we gotta get a warrant for fingerprints from,
Hey.
Maybe now we get a warrant for one of the guys?
We still have a... Guys, you need more. Not yet. Your case file tells me that you could use a We still have a constitution in this country. Get more.
Hilarious.
Guys, you need more on We can't walk...
I really wish...
I haven't asked Ace anything in a minute, right? Maybe you've got something for me now? No? Maybe... Picture number 4? I totally already tried this. This your coffee? No. I did hand... the pliers into Greg, right? Wait. Dark stain, Sam?
I've done everything I...
No.
Nothing new. I've done it. Can't think of... I've done everything.
That caused a saved successfully.
I've done everything.
Which makes me think maybe I didn't do that.
I've done... I've done everything.
Can the motorcycle lady tell me, like, confirm
Can't think of...
anything? And you've
Sure.
got
If
nothing.
you're looking for proof that he rigged the stunt to go bad, you should see if there's anything in his trailer or on the motorcycle that will help us show that he's involved. So we think Mazzotti's lying about having visited Leslie earlier.
They're still acting like there's something in Mazzotti's office. As if I haven't literally, like, mashed A on every pixel of this office at this point. What could I possibly be missing? The fingerprint on the motorbike? I don't fucking know. Whose was it? Good question. The fingerprint on the motorbike. There was a fingerprint on the motorbike? Oh yeah, there it is. Maybe... I mean, we already got that. I think. I think we already had this info. The counter fingerprint.
No, those don't match.
The counter fingerprint's a different guy.
Those don't...
The engine and door fingerprints are nobody that we know. The counter fingerprint is Corey, but we already knew that. He's 6'1" square. Incomplete font. If you were trying to hint me in a direction of figuring something out, I got nothing. They're acting like the coffee cup is gonna have DNA on it, but I don't know how to get that. Right? There was some BS with the prints. We're just checking game facts again. Game FAQs. CSI Dark Motives, because the guide I was using, quit after the 5th case because he was playing the PC version. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. This one's got ASCII art at the top. CSI Dark Motives. Truth always leaves a trace. A fingerprint, a bite mark, a human toe. That's what he wrote at the top. Alright. G0310. Warrant McLadden's trailer. Styrofoam wire stripping tool. Coffee, doorway prints. Doorway prints? Doorway prints? Where's that? Hang on. Doorway prints. There's doorway prints somewhere. Yeah, there we go. There we go, that's what I'm missing.
That's not...
How do we get these prints?
Try some...
These prints are gonna match the tire prints. Yeah, these prints are gonna match. I tried this handle a whole bunch, but I guess I just never quite hovered over this bit of ground. Now we're gonna match these prints to the other, and then we're gonna be able to get the warrant. Damn, that's crazy. It's the same.
Need some
Warrant, location.
I need more than hunches.
What? His bike was there.
Between the suspect and
His bike was there. All right, we'll go ask her about it then.
Maybe he come around when I was out to lunch or something. Can't help you. Wish I could. Nah, just Ace. I mean, crew members could do business without me realizing that's who they are. Mutual interest in bikes and all. But I got lots of customers, and I don't know what most of them do for a living. Can't think...
I think you're lying. I think it's time.
Yeah?
To give me a warrant. Thank you.
Find out what.
Thank you.
If you got a warrant, I guess I've got no choice. Go ahead.
The lottery.
Lottery tickets. Last weekend. Somebody get lucky? Hope it's us. Whoa! Our hard-working lady mechanic said she had bills. Now she can afford to pay them.
I'll just take that money. It's evidence. We do a little civil asset forfeiture. Come on. Okay.
A boost, huh? What kind, I wonder?
Yep, there's the decrypted Komawa message.
Komawa. That really decrypts the message.
Is Komawa the tool that's used to... Is that what's happening there?
All Ace Dillinger, and all for no charge. Somebody's getting free lube jobs.
Alright, we cool? Somebody's getting free lube jobs. The worst line, NA.
Professional quality bike tool, kids. Very specialized. Long neck lets you reach into tight places and clip or crimp to your heart's delight.
Yeah, I kind of hate all of these characters. They all,
Nothing new to...
they kind of speak exclusively in, like, I'm smarter than you one-liners. I don't like it.
Oh my god, you guys are not going to believe this.
You're kidding. It's a winner?
What, the ticket? Nah, it's a dud. I wanted to tell you I think I saw Elvis Presley buying a corn dog at a convenience store the other day.
Like, shut the fuck up, Greg.
Anyway.
I love the subtitled silence, dude. Okay. Maybe now we ask Ace about everything.
Vegas Cycle? Yeah, that's a shop I drop by now and then. I was just stopping to see if the gal who runs the place got in that new line of grip fire handlebar grips. Oh, been waiting for months for those babies to come in. I told you, I mostly do my own maintenance. But yeah, I've been getting comped there some. See Leslie Handelman, gal that runs it. Leslie's been wanting to sponsor me, put their logo on my bike, sort of thing. So it's kind of like the barter system, off the books. Only we haven't put it in motion yet. Certain permissions I gotta wrangle. You know how showbiz is. Hey.
I think they all did it. I'm starting to think everyone in this guy's life conspired to kill him. This is pretty funny.
Get serious. Not yet. Guys, you need... Let's just see how Miss Handelman and that producer Mazzotti happen to be riding together. And who's in the saddle.
Ooh, new room to do the interrogation in.
Relationship? With what producer? Hey, I said I'd cooperate, but this is a bunch of bull.
We know Mazzotti's been emailing you. We broke the code. This is your chance to tell your side.
I don't have a side, and you're reaching. I don't see how that's your business. He built up a big store credit and we were just working through it. No law against that. I don't have anything to hide. Go ahead.
Thanks for the prints.
Can't think.
Yes.
Yes. I hate you, Greg.
Hey.
And those fingerprints are not the same as the fingerprints on there. Maybe are the counter. I mean, if the counter fingerprints, who gives a shit? That's not. This is nothing. This is nothing. You just start hauling everyone in.
Your case file tells me that you could use... Guys, you need...
No.
I really wish...
Hey. I got nothing.
Alright, you. Give me a hint.
Sure.
Please. Oh my god.
You might want to know who handled that tool recently. A clear image of the engine during the stunt. If a broken spring turns out... Having that much cash is suspicious. It'd be nice to know who handled it.
Like, is there some way to...
People hold
Is there some way to dust evidence for prints? They seem to be saying that we gotta get prints off of all of this stuff, but like, how do we... Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is completely... This was not a thing in the first game. Oh, good, and there's a white square on top of it. That's gonna be my... There's my, This fucked up looking fingerprint. Yeah, you go Y, A to view, and then the evidence itself can be viewed like this. That was not a thing in the first 5 cases. Where's that coffee cup? Yep. Suspect is the Minecraft guy.
Said he was drinking when he checked Ace's bike. Safe bet these are also his prints.
Right, cool. Got a lot of prints. Well, wait, we didn't even enter the prints into the system? Hang on. Where's those prints? Coffee cup prints. Komawa prints. And the Komawa prints are... Oh shit, it's Leslie Handelman's prints, which would make sense because they're right next to her desk.
So we've got Leslie Handelman's prints matching
not
the
that
ones
surprising.
we lifted from that tool. I'll bet she's got a good story to go along with how they got there.
How'd they get there? She works on motorcycles, and the tool is right next to her desk. Not exactly shocking.
These 2 prints are a definite match.
Yep, Ace was holding the coffee. Oh, whoops. I skipped important text there. Ace, why were you holding coffee? No. I really think everyone she's just gone now. Where'd she go? She just left. Alright, not talk- Oh, right, because she's, in the investigation. She's in the room now.
What's up? Sure, let's...
Can't think of...
No. Can I get warrants on anyone else?
You know, I just love it when people hide evidence.
Yeah, there we go.
It's like they sent us an engraved invite to sit down for a friendly chat.
We're a small production here. Everybody pitches in and does their part. I saw it on set, so I just grabbed it to give to the producer later. Not for a while. I told you already, I usually steer clear of that guy.
Then you've either got a poor sense of direction or a bad memory. We've got evidence that you were there tonight, and arguing with him.
Well, I wouldn't call it an argument, exactly. It was a discussion, that's all. A private discussion. Saba, what? Look, you two. I've tried to be helpful, even though I can't see why any kind of investigation is needed here. This was an accident. Move on.
You had the opportunity to rig that gag to fail. And there's no love lost between you and that charmer Ace.
He doesn't like Ace. The producer wants to cancel the show.
Hell no.
And the mechanic lady is short on cash. That's why all 3 of them conspired to do it.
What are you trying to do to me? Hey, lady, I'm a pro. I'm good at what I do. I take pride in it, and I don't screw around with people's damn lives. So our star stuntman is a horse's ace. So what? That's the showbiz
LOL,
breaks.
dude. Good one.
People's tempers sometimes flare in showbiz, though, right? Between you and Corey Mazzotti, for instance?
So it's not been wine and roses with me and Corey. What's the biggie? He's a producer with a stunt show that's in trouble, and I'm the logical whipping boy down his food chain to take the fall for falling ratings.
And you went to his office to sort things out.
Yeah, told him where to stick it. It's a high-stress job, but we came to terms, Corey and me. He called me in right after the gag went south.
You sure
He
did.
said if I cleaned up the mess quick, he'd make room for me next season. Destroy what? Oh, that was an accident. Slammed the door and the thing was in the jam.
Accidents
Come
will
on
happen.
now.
Around
Oh,
your show
sorry.
especially.
I
Maybe you
slammed the
accidentally
videotape in the
demagnetized
car
that tape,
door.
too.
My bad.
I didn't even know it was demagnetized. I don't know how that could have happened. But there's magnetic parts on some of this equipment, so...
We don't believe in accidents or coincidences, Mr. McLadden. We appreciate your cooperation, but stay handy. We may need more. Yeah? Guys, you need more on Mazzotti.
Dude, Mazzotti is so fucking sus. Are you really telling me? Are you really telling me that we don't have enough on him?
Get serious. Yeah, let's...
Can't...
Hey.
More hints, please.
Sure.
Oh, right, the envelope of cash.
Leslie might be the key here.
Envelope of cash. Where is it? Cash. No, cash. Y-A. Oh, gotta go to the lab for that.
Hey.
Okay. Y-A. Shit. Y-A. Get our white square. That's gonna be Mizzotti's fingerprints. His fingerprints were on the cash.
Yeah?
Hopefully this probably still isn't enough.
you need-
Yeah, but like his fingerprints are on the cash. Like, read between the lines a little bit, Jim Brass. Like, what that could only mean one thing. Warrant, suspect.
Sure.
You.
Can't think of...
No? Okay. Why is his fingerprints on your cash envelope? No.
Hey.
Sure. If a broken spring turns out to be the cause of the accident, we'll want to assemble it and examine it.
Assemble it? Assemble. Where is that thing? Items. Can we like...
That's not what...
Assemble it? What do we think that means? How do I... spring... view... How would I... Get the other thing? It says try something else.
We can't use that.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, these puzzle pieces.
Man,
fit.
see,
It's
now
about
we're
the
talking. Now there's
return
gameplay.
spring.
CSI, the first 5
But is the
cases
big
were
picture
like
sabotage?
nothing like this. You have to like actually manipulate the evidence in some way.
The dimensions are consistent with an assembled throttle return spring. Shuts the carburetor's valve when the rider releases the throttle, reducing air-gas flow to the engine. It's possible a defect could have caused it to snap under severe stress.
Like the impact of a heavy landing, for example.
However, we've got a picture right here. And that's not the right one. Wait, huh? What? The fuck? Hello? Well, here's the picture. We know it's image 4.
We've got a nice clear view of the engine. Let's get even closer and see if we can spot the return spring. It's dark, but you see that? Our spring has already sprung. Must have been weakened enough to snap before the bike even landed. Whoever cut that spring sabotaged the stunt.
And we saw the spring in the trailer. Let's talk to You got nothing? Okay.
Needs.
Let's talk to
Guys, you
Mizati,
need more-
please. No.
Yeah, let's...
You, maybe? No. Still nothing.
What's up?
Maybe a hint?
Sure. Stick with it. Leslie might be the key here. Leslie might be the key here. We should ask her everything we can think of, and be sure we've collected and analyzed all...
Collect and analyze all evidence from her shop, so we're still missing something maybe. Oh yeah, this UI is horrible. I hate it. It's L to bring up the evidence, then you scroll through types of evidence with the X button. Use the D-pad to select, and you press A to bring it up, or Y to bring up this, where you can then press A to view. Only in the lab though. And it's R, and same for the locations. I guess I think I analyzed the Kamawa.
Yes.
It took me a while to figure out how to like use this. It took me a while just to figure out how to use the yeah, because that's where the fingerprint was. How to use the menu. Like maybe, right, that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe we bring the Kamawa up. No.
Nothing new.
Nothing new to report on that. Maybe Ace? No. Present it to her. Normally you don't have to present evidence. There's like a setting for that that we have off. But hey, look up the spring. No. The wire stripping tool. I've tried to like look at it before.
What's up?
And didn't see anything that might be useful, but maybe we could combine the wire stripping tool with the... No. Shit. Y, A. A. Yeah, we're checking game facts again. I don't know. I don't know. Why not?
Nothing new to report.
No, I've given that to Greg. I'm supposed to match that. What? There's supposed to be a did you, huh? Hang on. Surely I did this, right? Yeah, I did that. It seems like there's supposed to be a question where I accuse Leslie Handelman of sabotaging the bike, but what am I missing that would cause that to show up? Drag and drop fingerprint on Greg. Apparently, maybe... Hang on, let me try...
What's up?
Search. Match the fingerprint. Man, there's just like some trigger that I'm missing that is like earlier, but I can't tell what it is. Match the envelope trigger to Corey Muzzotti, which I did. I'm pretty sure I did this. It was this one, I think.
Those don't quite seem...
The counter fingerprint. Ah.
Looks like our producer's been greasing our grease monkey's
Okay,
palm.
that's what I was missing. You gotta match the counter fingerprint to Muzzotti, and now maybe we'll be able to accuse...
Guys, you need more. Sure, let's...
Leslie, yep. Why did Corey Muzzotti give you the money? Even though we already knew that because we had his fingerprint on the fucking envelope, but you also need it on the counter. That's what it is.
What? That's a crock.
A crock full of evidence, from your email to that Kawawa tool of yours.
Look, I'm no criminal. I just got in over my head. I borrowed some money on the street and put it into my shop, because Ace told me he'd promote my place on his show. But he never came through. Just kept bilking me for more free service in return for more empty promises. Finally, that producer, Corey, came by and said that he'd give me a service contract with the show next year if I helped. Even agreed to promote my place on the air, like Ace promised. Plus, he waved all that cash at me. All I had to do was rig Ace's bike.
Why would a producer sabotage his own show?
Ratings. The accident would stir up all kinds of media interest and viewers.
I don't think that
And
would
Corey
save the
had
show.
Ace
That sounds like a
coming in
terrible
short. He got
idea.
really hurt to where he couldn't perform or died or... Honestly, I can't believe I went along with it. But I did.
We'll save the show by
Corey called Ace away
killing
to
our
discuss the
star.
stunt as a distraction. Using that tool, I worked quickly on Ace's bike, weakening the throttle return spring. Later, I went to the casino, trying to get the nerve to warn Ace. But all I did was watch the stunt, hoping it'd turn out okay. When I saw Ace hit the barricade, I burst into tears. Thank God he wasn't hurt bad.
See? You did have your side of this.
For what good it'll do me. Corey has his side too, you know, and he'll deny all of this.
People can deny anything they like, Ms. Handelman, but the evidence always has its side, too.
Need some... So we got both the mechanic and the stunt director pointing a finger at the producer.
Man, it only took
Okay,
700
let's see if
pieces of
they're onto
evidence to get this guy.
Are you kidding? Why is it unusual for the stunt director to stop by the producer's office? So we had a little discussion. So what? Creative people in a creative business, you know? His temper got the best of him and he hurled his cup at me. No biggie. Spilled coffee under the bridge. Well, you ought to be in my business with that kind of imagination. Ruin my own show. Right, I'm sure. An envelope of cash? To who? I don't think so. My accountant insists on a paper trail for everything.
Maybe not everything. You see, Leslie Handelman got herself in money trouble, thanks to your ace stuntman leading her on about exposure on your show.
The case
So
file
she
has
had a
never
grudge
been so
against him.
updated.
Plus, she needed money to keep her business going.
And this has to do with me how? Oh!
Funny. McLadden insists you did.
He's covering his own backside. If anybody rigged this, it's McLadden. He and Ace are oil and water. You don't have a damn thing on him.
Look, we know your show
That's what
was
you
in
say
trouble.
when you're
We got your
cooked
prints
and
on
you
the
know it.
envelope of
You don't have
cash.
a
We know
damn
about
thing
the
on
email
me.
you sent the mechanic, and we found the Kamawa tool.
Let's see. Your show's in trouble, needs a rating boost bad. We have your prints on that cash envelope. There's the email you sent Ms. Handelman, and the tool that was used to snap the return spring on Ace's bike. Your accomplice has already made you, and McLadden says you traded him job security for tampering with a crime scene. I guess we don't have much at that.
Look, what's the harm? It was just an angle, you know, make it play better with all those 18-year-old males with ADD in our audience. Ace gets paid to take risks, right? No harm, no foul. So, I told the Handelman broad I'd help her out of the financial jam Ace himself put her in. Sent the tool, and she made one little snip. Next thing you know, things are much more exciting. After the crash, I called McLadden. He'd gone postal before, worried about getting fired. So I made amends. Promised to renew his contract next season if he helped clean up the mess. Now, can't we make some kind of arrangement? I didn't really do anything wrong. It was just, you know, television.
Oh, you're going to be on TV, Mr. Mazzotti. And this is the kind of wild stunt where you don't walk away unharmed.
You're off to a good start.
Are we gonna
You
get
learn
even
that things are not always as
1%
they appear, but the
on this
evidence
rating?
cannot lie.
What? Where was this? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? It was in the dustpan. Why are you doing this? Where's this? No, that's it. How do I? Okay, yeah. Why was there a chemical substance under the truck? Because it would allow the bike to slide under the truck. Why are this will be on the quiz. Like, if I get this wrong, do I have to do it again? What is printed on the back of the police truck at the crash scene? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know. Police department? No. What? What was the name of the lot? You've literally got to be kidding me. You've literally got to be kidding me. These are not even the facts of the case. These aren't even the facts of the case. This is just random shit. Was it the Nevada Winners Lottery? What were the visible bills? They were hundreds. They were hundreds and 50s. Oh, fuck you. Like, what is this? Alright, apparently I still got a 74% on that. That is just the worst. That is just horrible. Alright, well, that was case 1 out of 5 for part 2. Yeah, you get hit by furnace fun at the end. You're gonna start asking me to identify character voices and stuff. You know, how many cans of oil were behind the counter by where the fingerprints were? The 1, 2, 3, or 4. It was 3, I think. Ridiculous. Why does this game have a rating system anyway? That seems kind of weird. It's like they want you to replay this to try to get 100% on the cases now. Anyway, I'm stopping here. There are 4 cases left in the game. Maybe if we don't get owned by... Like, maybe if these cases aren't incredibly stupid like the first one was, we'll be able to finish this game tomorrow. Or if I just give up and check game facts a lot faster. I think that now that we know that you can check stuff for prints in your inventory, it'll go faster. I feel like we were hung up for a while in the Daredevil case because of that. But yeah, maybe finish the game tomorrow. Hopefully.